Hello and welcome back to the channel. Dan Who Reviews, as always. My name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And can you see it? We're so nearly there. We are 51 weeks in. Next week will be the year anniversary. So this is like the prequel to the main event, to the actual year-long celebration where we plan to do some fun things for you. But today is week 51 and Marvel did not slow down. Hasbro have not slowed down. Plenty of new Marvel Legends to talk about and discuss from Fan First Wednesday. But as always, I can't do it on my own. I need someone to talk to, and this man knows a thing or two about Marvel Legends. It is, of course, Hero.Collections, aka Brandon. Fresh face, back from holiday. How you doing, my friend? Welcome back. How was your holiday?
It was amazing. Thanks, bro. It was absolutely amazing. Good to be back. Good to be back talking Marvel Legends. But yeah, it was absolutely unreal. So needed. So needed.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie saying I'm a little bit jealous. My missus would love to go abroad right now, but I don't know. How was going abroad in this sort of weird sort of transition from the pandemic era? Was it comfortable? Was everything all right?
Tell you what, it was really funny, right? Like I would if you were to ask me tomorrow, will I get a train to the center of London?
Yeah.
No, I just wouldn't. But I got a plane to Barbados, and it actually felt fine. Like the airport felt fine, the plane itself felt fine, everything was clean. People have to wear masks in the airport, and and on the plane. You can only board the plane if you've tested negative. Like there's so many measures in place that it's like it makes you feel safe knowing that the people that you're traveling with can't really travel unless they're safe to travel.
Yeah.
If I was to get a train into the center of London, for example, I can't really trust the people around me. I don't know that they've gone through those same measures.
No way. Yeah, as I said, it's a conversation I've been having with the missus. As I said, she's desperate to go away. She would have went away loads within this past 18 months, but yeah, weird times at the minute. But I'm glad you had fun. Glad you got to see the missus as well. And yeah, but glad that you're back because there is lots to talk about this week. As I said, Fan First Wednesday was Wednesday. So thanks to the Marvel team, it wasn't on a Friday because we'd be a week behind. Instead, we're nice and on time. And Amanda started hoovering. Well, she knows I live stream every Thursday at 8 o'clock, like clockwork. And she's hoovering the house. This is ridiculous. She picks her moments, doesn't she? Can you hear her hoovering, by the way? Is it? Good, thank God for that. I can. It's annoying the shit out of me. Hello. How are you doing, everybody in the chat? We see you. Hope you are well. Hopefully you're here to talk about some new Marvel Legends with us. Let me do some housekeeping, then we'll say hello to the people. And yeah, I appreciate all of you. I have put a little tab. Pow! There's Fabulous Disaster just doing exactly that. He's become a channel member. Thank you very much, Fabulous Disaster. I'm literally like 3 away from hitting a pretty decent milestone on my channel membership. So I'm literally, if you've ever thought about hitting that join button, now is the time. But as always, let me do some housekeeping. Anything over £4 or $4, Friday, our resident robot will read your comment or your super chat out loud. So you want to be part of the show, you want to have your opinion heard out loud and spoken by a robot. She may not pronounce it properly, but you speak it all the same. £4 or $4 will do that for you. As always, like Fabulous Disaster just did, you can become a channel member as well and hit that join button, either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. And I think Mark Tak has just done a perfect example of the super chats. So I'll switch back to us for a second and say thank you very much, Mark. Hopefully that pops up on screen in a minute and Friday does exactly what she's told. But I do see 50 people in the chat. So yeah, I hope you're well. Let's see if we can get the chat up. Brandon, you got it up? You want to say hello to the people or?
Let's have a look.
Rectangular says hit that thumbs up, folks. Please do. Apparently that helps the mythical algorithms and stuff like that. I don't know how YouTube works. To be honest, I don't think YouTube likes me very much, but still, if you hit that thumbs up button, apparently it helps. But as I said, I appreciate the channel memberships. That's what it's all about. You supporting the content here on the channel. And as I said, come and join me on a live stream or something like that. It's fun times. It's not a Legends and Liquor week, but that gives me some time to go to the cinema and see Suicide Squad and stuff like this. But Brandon, who's about? Say hello to the people.
Let's see who we have. So, getting a look here, we have 49 people in the chat. So Tony Collector10 kicks us off, says, "What's up, everyone?" Go and check out his Instagram, puts up some great photos. Nathan is here, says, "Evening, everyone. Logan is here. Phil Jones is in the house. Rich M is in the house. Home Dude, Kev's Collectibles. Your boys got toys. Rush is here. The Wolfpack Toy Review. Jamie, CJ, Dan Hayden. Shout out to Dan as well.
Wow.
He is fantastic.
There you go. Super chats are working. There you go. The Laser Pants.
Laser Pants donated $4.99. Hoovering sounds kinky.
Definitely not kinky, Laser Pants, but I appreciate the. Do they not call it hoovering in the US? Do they call it vacuuming or something? Hoovering is what we call it over here.
Vacuum.
Okay, so yeah, it's not kinky, it's just hoovering. And while we're there, let me just pay attention to Mark Tat Super Chat as well. I think I had the wrong screen up when Mark's came in. I apologise, Mark. But he says, Brandon, for your next Barcelona trip, Cosmic Man, one of the best comic and action figure shops, and Cosmic Wars, dedicated to Star Wars figures. Did you go to one of them though, right?
We didn't, no. Because the thing about Barcelona was it was really weird in terms of finding anything on the map, like on maps itself.
Okay.
Like it was really weird. Like you couldn't, like you would put something in like a supermarket, you'd walk there and it just wouldn't be on the map. So we struggled a bit in that respect. So we ended up just, we didn't bother in the end with any places like that. It was good though because it was nice just to take a break.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how weird it was coming home and walking back into this room. Like, oh man! Like,
I don't know if
how many figures are there.
I don't know if you shared your post on your stories or something like that, but you posted a picture of all the boxes that you walked back into your door, and you had piles of post.
Yeah, I sent that to you guys. Yeah.
Your boy's got toys says Barbados. Brandon is the Dan who laughs confirmed. Oh, okay. I think you said Barbados accidentally at the start. That would have been great going Barbados though. To be fair,
did I say Barbados?
I think you said Barbados. To be fair, yeah. But you went Barcelona, right? Barcelona.
I meant Barcelona. Yeah.
Still great. Still two great places. To be fair.
That's funny because I've been thinking about going to Barbados.
We can tell. It came out of you.
Probably why it's on my brain. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Shout out to Dan Hayden. Have you got, I'm trying to remember her name, Jocasta there?
Yeah, Jocasta. Where is she? I've put the Lilandra head on her.
Really?
She's went straight on the cosmic display that I'm creating because I've also got a bit of Quasar this week. So yeah, perfect timing.
Yes, shout out to Dan. He helped us out with that.
Thank you, Dan. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, my friend.
Jason Lopez here, Laser Pants, Kev's Collectibles. Who else we got? Mark Tac, AB Nugler, Damien, Jay the Grind, Greg, Crazy Toon, Graphic Toy, Jace Figs. Yeah, I must have said Barbados. I bet I'm just seeing these comments. Oops.
Pal. All right.
Nightwing X is here, repping the Tuesday crew.
I've seen the Tuesday crew with the daggers, and I also see the Goon Squad as well from the Infinity Equation. So shout out Dante, Laserpants, Alex, who's always lurking in the background, and Bobby as well. I doubt Bobby watches, but still, hello Bobby, how you doing? Hope you're good. Who else we got in the show? We got Pogo, we got Andy Davis, Home Dude, Cheeky Monkeys are back again. We appreciate you being here. Kev, Collectibles, Home Dude. Crazy Toon, Cat Libs as well. Cat Libs has been posting some like behind the scenes videos on his YouTube, which I appreciate because he always takes some great shots. So go and check out Cat Libs YouTube and you can see some behind the scenes of those photos that he takes. Laserpants says vacuuming sounds kinky. I think Laserpants is just horny. I think that's the issue. Go home and find your wife, Laserpants. You'll sort that out very quickly. Mark Tat says there are at least 9 comic book action figure shops in Barcelona and 4 of them are amazing. He went and spent time with his missus though. You gotta switch off every now and then. There's Daft Clueless with the daggers. Thirsty for chicken. Hey, Mr. Who, how you doing, Daft Clueless? I'm thirsty for chicken. How you doing? Anthony's Arcade. What's up, boys? Let's talk toys. Of course, that is why we are here. Yeah, pal. Okay, shall we just sort of jump straight in and spend no less time because there is lots and lots to talk about. And
there is a lot.
So I've got no pictures prepared, but everything is set, technically went on pre-order already, right? So obviously, me and Brandon are going to recap. And I was working yesterday, so I wasn't even watching this live. Me and Rich were unfortunately stuck working, but we were still in the group chat chatting away. And yes, so I haven't really spoke to Brandon about any of this yet, so this should be fun. Of course, Fan First Wednesday happened, and lots of Marvel Legends. So when we heard there was going to be 2 Fan First events in July, we assumed one would be the Galactus, and we assumed the other would be What If or Fantastic Four. It turned out being What If, which is fine. It's expected. The trailer was out, and they did encourage you to go and watch the trailer. So some of these rumors that were going around got confirmed, and some of these character designs we're seeing for the first time in plastic. We've seen them in the trailers, and now we're going to see them in plastic. And yeah, I'm curious to know if Brandon wants to add these to the collection or not, because technically, these are MCU figures. These are MCU. They're animated MCU, but still MCU all the same. The multiverse, the floodgates are open now. You've all seen Loki. You know what's going on. So let's get into it. Let's go for a side view today. So I can scroll the sites. So I'm literally just on the internet. I'm just on the internet scrolling the sites. So this is Hasbro Pulse UK. So as you can see, the whole What If wave has went up separately. Weird how the Hasbro Pulse doesn't let you buy it as a wave. Just consider it's a builder figure. Why not just click buy wave? There's a Tigra. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Shout out Rich. There's the Hydra Stomper. There's Binary. So of course we're going to go through all of this. And again, you'll notice that Binary is actually on Hasbro Pulse UK because it's not a Walgreens exclusive over here in the US or an EB Games over in Canada. We do not have EB Games and we don't have Walgreens, so it means it's just available directly through our online retailers and of course Hasbro Pulse. Not due until November though, but as I've already showed off, I did manage to get Quasar this week, who's not been easy to get for the US fans. So Dan Yun did briefly mention it in the live stream yesterday. He said they're talking to Walgreens about it. It's clearly a distribution issue, but just think, Walgreens is a pharmacy. I think if they're having shipping problems and their containers have got to take up so much space, I think they're going to choose some of their cosmetics and drugs that they need to sell in the pharmacy over their toys. So I'm assuming it's just a shipping delay. Be patient. Danyan said they're coming. Quasar and Nova on your way very soon. And now Binary to add to the list. But I want to start talking about the What If figures. And let's go in the order that Marvelous News have them up. Shout out JC on Marvelous News. So first things first, we've got T'Challa, Star-Lord.
Yeah, man. And he's pin visible.
Pin visible. Is this? Are we gonna keep that name going for? Is it Ryan who came up with that? Did he say?
Ryan, yeah. I think this figure looks amazing, man. I think a lot of people were I think the main point about all of this wave, like going into it, was, are they going to be animated or are they going to be realistic? Because when you look at Black Series refused to do anything animated in an animated style. Yeah. Because they say that, it has to look like everything else on the shelf. But rather than do, 2 versions of it, one that is realistic and one that is animated, or give us interchangeable heads or whatever, they just go with the straight up realistic, which is fine. But what I love about Legends is that, similar to what they did with the Spider-Verse, they incorporate that photoreal deco and they give you something that is true to the entertainment that you're watching, right? So this looks exactly like the animated version of T'Challa. It doesn't look exactly like Chadwick Boseman, but it looks like the animated version of him.
Yes.
And I love it, man. I think it looks amazing. I think it's got by the looks of it, it's got the new double jointed.
Shout out Nathan with a super chat. Sorry, Brandon.
£5. I know for a fact Brandon is wanting What If. He basically cried tears of joy when I sent Amazon leaks tears of joy.
Chat at Nathan, he says with the super chat, he says, I know for a fact Brandon is wanting What If. He basically tears of joy when I sent Amazon leaks. Oh, don't be sending any leaks out, Nathan. Don't reveal our source. I actually want that purple jacket T'Challa's wearing there. I reckon that I can flex that. That'll work. Bit of gold, bit of purple. Pin visible. I like that name as well. Shout out Ryan Ting. He said that he's trying to push that. So we're going to try and we're going to try and get that going for you, Ryan. So yeah, pin visible. But this, as I said, the whole What If is an interesting concept. I remember being on a live stream where you guys, the chat, actually let me and Brandon know that Disney Plus Wave 2 was basically going to be What If, and I was a little bit conflicted at first because I was like, oh, but I want Jimmy Woo and Monica Rambeau and like there's more figures, so I want Sharon Carter, and like they may be boring, but I have to admit these figures do look pretty fun, and I definitely want the Watcher. So as we get into these, I'll tell you what I like and don't like, but I've got nothing but love for T'Challa And I'm very much looking forward to see his representation of Star-Lord. Like, where's Peter Quill?
But hold on, go back to that head.
This one.
Yeah, look at that. I love that
helmet. Purple eyes, yeah, the purple and gold looks good.
Is that how the afro still goes up at the top?
Yeah.
So good. Like, what I love about this figure is it just looks so stylish, you know?
Yeah, it's sick.
Like, there are some figures where the pinless looks really good, and then there are some figures where it just looks absolutely outstanding. And I think this is one of those figures.
And he, of course, comes with the Build-A-Figure head as well. Do you reckon people see that on the shelf? Like, parents see that on the shelf and think, why does he come with an interchangeable baby head? Like,
yeah, probably. I think the other interesting thing looking at this from a Build-A-Figure perspective is, I think from conversations we had, we knew that there was going to be a deluxe item, or there are rumors of a deluxe item. And we knew that the second Disney Plus wave was going to be What If. And so I think we all kind of suspected that you've got the Watcher and you've got the Hydra Stomper. One of them is going to be the BAF, one of them is going to be the deluxe item, but which is going to be which, you know?
Yeah.
And I think we were drifting more, or I at least was drifting more towards the Watcher being the deluxe item, because I thought, how are they going to fit that huge head in the packaging, right? So it's interesting to see from a design perspective what the Watcher actually looks like, as opposed to what the Select Watcher looks like, or a comic Watcher would look like.
Yeah, so we guessed pretty good though. I think we have been saying for a few weeks now we're going to get Watcher and the Hydra Stomper, but which way round? And yeah, I would probably been on your page as well and would have predicted the Watcher would have been a separate piece, because you would think that would be more enticing to the comic book fans. But maybe that's the reason Hasbro have put it here. But the Watcher is meant to be the narrator for this whole season, so it does make sense for the Watcher to be a part of this. But I do think, and we'll look at it as we get further in, but I do think this Watcher could be put into a comic display very easily. Shout out Jerry as well, who became a channel member while we were chatting away. Much appreciated, my friend. As I said, I'm creeping towards a milestone on those channel memberships. So going to hit that join button and show some love to the channel. Much appreciated. And yeah, let's do hit and misses on these as well, because I do think there's going to be some hits and some misses, because I'm sure not everyone is all in on these What If figures just yet. But just like everything, you're on the fence, and I still need to make a fence emoji. If I get 3 more channel members, I'll be able to do exactly that. But yeah, if you're on the fence, when you see the source material and you actually see where this is pulled from, you gravitate a little bit more towards it. So you may be looking at this and going, yeah, that's a cool concept. But then when you see the episode and enjoy the episode, I guarantee you it tempts you a little bit more to get this guy on your shelf. So yeah, let's do a hit and miss on these as we go through. And I'll read a couple out as we go through. But Brandon, we'll start with you, of course. Pin visible, T'Challa in this stylish Star-Lord with a Watcher head. I am predicting this is a bit of a hit for you.
It is, absolutely is a hit for me. Fun fact, I've pre-ordered 3 of these, of this wave.
Wow.
So I'm excited to see who can guess which 3.
Okay, cool. So this is one of them.
This is the first one, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Cool. Okay, we can remember to play that game as we go through then, chat. Which ones have Brandon pre-ordered? Okay, let me read some of these out, because there are a few misses in there as well. So I want to know why. Okay. So Jason starts off with hit. Jay's Fig says miss on T'Challa. Abnugler says hopefully we'll get a deluxe Watcher, comic Watcher sometime soon too, or you can just pre-order the Diamond Select one that's coming out. Nathan says hit. Matt W says miss. The Wolfpack Toy Review, how you doing, Miguel? Hope you're good. He says hit. Jamie says hit. Guns and Roses 63 says miss. Jay on the Grind says hit. Laser Pants is not a fan. He says miss. I'm assuming Laser Pants isn't going to like any of these What If figures if he is not a fan of this. Greg says T'Challa is nearly a hit for me. Pogo says fence emoji. Yeah, I'm going to make it happen, but I need 3 more channel members before I unlock another emoji. Weird YouTube rules. But I want a fence emoji because I know you guys would appreciate it. Firstly, for Chicken says, I guess this confirms Stanley wasn't... how do you say that Watch his name properly? Because I'll pronounce it wrong and look like an idiot. Uatu. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, Stan Lee was just reporting to the Watchers in the MCU, but I guess technically we have seen Watchers in the MCU. Damien says hit. Crazy Tune. Sorry, scrolling back up. Chat's moving quick, and I appreciate that. Crazy Tune says hard pass. To be honest, this seems like a crappy race swap. I think that's a bit of a naive statement. I do think you need to see the show. I think there's they're just taking interesting characters and putting them in interesting situations. It is Marvel What If. I think it's a lot more than that. Home Dude says hit and miss, but I'm buying all. Rich has put some weird emoji. I can't even tell what that is. Rich, what is that emoji? Ash says miss. Matt Martin says hit for me. I pre-ordered the whole wave plus the Hydra Stomper. Your boy's got a toy, says miss CU wave. Okay, so he's not a fan of this. Cameron Wright says miss for the wave for me, not a TV MCU collector. Jamie says hit. Dan says hit all day. Okay, so there's definitely more of a sort of 50-50 mix in there between hit and miss. And I don't think that's any reflection on the figure. I think that's more a reflection on people's collecting habits, as the majority of people are very much MCU or comic, and this will fall in front of the MCU category. And you know what people are like. It's like they feel like they have to build that wall in between the two and say, I can only collect one. Where I break those walls down. I buy them both. And even though this is animated, I kick them down. Yeah, I'll create my own rules. That's all you should. As I said, there's no, not saying you guys are wrong. It's your collections, buy what you want. But there are some people that just have that wall up and are afraid, or for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's an excuse to not spend as much money. Maybe they're just clever. But still, let's move on. Okay, T'Challa, good. Next up. Now, let me tell you the concept for this figure, okay? What if Nebula went to the salon? There you go. What that for an episode? The guy in the writer's room literally said that and just put his hands up and stepped back. What if?
It was more. What if Nebula and Marilyn Monroe were best friends?
Yeah.
Doesn't the hair look like Marilyn Monroe?
It does, but it's just right? Nebula's just literally visited some sort of hairdressers. That's all it is. It's like this whole episode is just Nebula at the salon getting her hair did. She probably gets her nails done. The whole episode is what if Nebula went to the salon, and this is it. That is
a good chat, to be fair.
This is it. Nebula with blonde locks. Technically, though, they are calling this Heist Nebula. So I'm assuming she gets into some trouble, bit of mischief, and maybe this is a disguise. Even though the blue skin and the purple uniform is a bit of a giveaway, Nebula. I think we can tell it's you underneath that blonde wig. But yeah, what are you thinking of this one? Let me just guess right now. This isn't one you pre-ordered.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't. Okay. So you're not pre-ordering it, but do you like the look of it? Do you appreciate what it is, or are you just confused at the moment?
Yeah, this is just a plain skip for me. I don't need another Nebula. I enjoy the Nebula we have. There's nothing about this one that draws me to it. It's not like it's pinless. It's not like it's, the hair sculpt is okay, but Nebula isn't exactly like within my top, 10, 15, 20 favorite characters. So I just wasn't drawn to it personally. I think it looks nice. I really like the shade of blue that they use. And as I say, the Marilyn Monroe hair is a nice touch. But just not for me.
I think Jason in the chat just called Nebula Monroe, which works pretty good. Rush also says, Dan, did you notice that Nebula looks like your girl Friday for the chat? Yeah, maybe this is a Friday action figure. Where's my Friday graphic gone?
That is the thing, though. The one thing that was drawing me towards this.
Do you know what, people?
That.
Do you know what?
We might just have.
Do you know what? It may just be.
This might be our first female recruit for the Food Vendors.
Friday can join Frogman and Hellfire Hank, who's now worthy, by the way, people. And also Tigra. Tigra's joining that crew anyway, even though she's a great figure. She's joining our Misfit band. But yeah, maybe this is a Friday figure after all. That's pretty funny. Good shout there, Dan. Good shout. Again, the comments, I can't keep up with the comments on this one because this one is very diverse in regards to people just being confused or what it is. But again, we haven't seen the episode. If this is a great episode, you can see people wanting to come back and get this figure. So at the minute, I think people are just a little bit like, why is Nebula blonde? I think I've seen Rectangular just say he's mad that they made Nebula blonde. But he does say, which is interesting, he says very soft hit. So just a little tap from Rectangular, not like a smack, but just a little hit, just a little soft hit. But it's because it's cosmic, and he has a soft spot for cosmic characters, of course. Add her to the crew, says Phil Jones. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. Apparently, they did use reuse some parts from the movie Nebula, which is a decent figure, to be fair. But people are wanting a comic Nebula, but just the iconic Nebula that held up the Infinity Gauntlet from the original run, not necessarily Nebula Monroe. Nebula Monroe is a great way to call her, by the way, people. That's how she will be referred to from now on. Rich M says Tigra is in no League of Losers candidate. Who says Frogman and Hank are in a League of Losers, right?
Yeah.
What are you saying, Rich? You're meant to be on our team.
Losers. No.
Where is Hank? I think Hank's upstairs, but Hank's worthy these days, all right? He hit you with his hammer.
They're out of reach.
If you've been watching my reviews,
So
people.
funny. I've got them all next to each other. Frogman, Spy Master, and Hank.
Yeah, I think they need a female to the mix. But okay,
You know, just quickly on
Go
that
on.
note, the Disney store has Frogman for like £5 or something like that. I was there the other day, and I was so tempted to pick up 3 more or 4 more and do. You know what? I think Century Productions.
Yeah, the Turtles.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles. I thought I'm going to army build Frogman.
yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
tempted, but I said to myself, no, stop being silly.
if anyone should do it, Brandon, it's you. I know you don't actually like Frogman, but I think you've grew to love him over
I've
time.
definitely grown to love the figure for sure. Between him and Hank.
Tiger, not T Grey, says Kev's Collectibles. No, don't worry. We're going to get to T Grey. Don't you worry. I've got a question prepared and everything. I'm going to ask the chat for T Grey. Miss for me looks like a bit of a mess, says Jay. Miss for me, says Logan. On the fence, says Dan Hayden. Stridon says hit. Miss looks a bit weird, says Ash. Friday has an official Legends fig, says Pogo. Crazy Toon says Miss. I'm guessing she and Gamora swapped roles, quite possibly, says Firstly for Chicken.
Oh,
maybe. Yeah, that's a Friday clone, says Miguel. You can make her an alien civilian, says CJ. Yeah, okay. This is, again, I think we need to see what episode she is in and get a bit of context of why she looks like this before people decide if they want her to add to the collection. But if you want the Watcher, you sort of need her straight from the get-go. But Nebula Monroe, I think she looks simple, plain, but she's definitely going to pop on your shelf. I'm assuming it's a bit of a miss from Brandon. But as I said, I'm in for this wave because I want to watch it.
That shade of blue is really nice.
Yeah, it's going to pop. This will stand out. This will stand out.
Especially for an animated character, it really captures it.
Okay, moving on. Next up. Okay, we're getting into so
let's go.
So Miss Carter here, Captain Carter, if you will, has sort of been in the forefront of all the marketing for Disney Plus so far. My predictions are this is going to be the first episode they show. I don't think they've confirmed that yet, but I think we've seen the most of her in the trailers and the promos. So I do think the first episode we're going to see is going to be Captain Carter. What if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum and Steve Rogers, obviously the man wielding the Hydra Stomper armor, which I'm assuming is built by Tony Stark's dad, Roger, or Howard. Who's Roger? Howard. Who is Roger? Is there any Roger?
Steve Rogers.
Of course I am, idiots. You know what I'm talking about, right? No one's going to pick up on that.
I also think that we're going to see this in live action. Mark my words,
that's a rumor, isn't it? That has been a little rumor that came out recently. So if that is, so if this
also just quickly, Matt says hit for me. She looks hot. Jay the Grind says great figure. Guns and Roses says hit. Jason says oh captain, my captain. Hit superb. hit major hit. Automatically a hit. CJ's hearts are on fire. Major hit says Tony. Damien says stockpile a crate of these and respray her for your giveaways, Dan. Pogo B says Captain Carter hit. Jamie says mega hit. Mark Tech says hit. Dan Hayden says big ol' hit. Like
she's gonna be the stand. She's completely pinless. Of course,
double jointed elbows,
double jointed
legs,
Union Jack shield, Union Jack on the chest. Beautiful. Like I know it does look a little bit. I know it's an animated format, but just like the T'Challa head, this does look like Haley Atwell as well in animated form. Looks really good.
Yeah. Also, just to nip it in the bud, because the Crazy Toon Productions or the Crazy Toon comment annoyed me, and this has just annoyed me as well because I don't know if we mean it seriously or not. Jay the Grind said, "Yeah, Marvel going woke. We'll see a movie." Listen, none of this is going woke. None of this is gender swapping, race swapping, all the rest of it, right? The whole point of What If is to say, what if? So just nip it in the bud. Be quiet about it, guys.
Yeah, these
Like,
are just
come on.
these are just interesting characters
I'm not
put in different.
hearing it.
Yeah, these are just interesting characters put in
I'm not.
situations,
Exactly.
and this one
And
makes
these are
sense
really
as well.
And these are really interesting storylines.
Yeah.
Right? That what if Yondu picked up T'Challa, not Peter Quill? What if something did go wrong and Steve Rogers couldn't take the super soldier serum and had to be the sidekick to
Yeah,
Captain
this
Carter,
isn't turning
right?
the Ghostbusters into 4 females for the sake of putting
No.
out a females Ghostbusters.
No.
This is Marvel What If. They've been
Exactly.
doing it for like 40
Yes.
plus years, probably longer.
Yes.
And the MCU are just taking a piece of that and twisting it up a little bit. And I think it looks fun. And this figure looks great. And I look forward to seeing this episode.
Yeah.
And this.
And I think to get this in live action at some point, if we did, like, sorry, who does not want more Haley Atwell?
Oh, of course.
She is so talented. She is fantastic. And I think, look at that costume, man. Just, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
My question to you was going to be, so if she does appear in Doctor
Sorry,
Strange...
Crazy Soon 616. I know you didn't say woke. I said Jay the Grind said woke. But you said some rubbish about race swapping or something, so that's why I was just nipping it in the bud. That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all good, and it's all conversation as well. Isn't it? As I said, it's always fun to have conversation, so it's fine. But my question to you is, if she does appear in Doctor Strange, does that sort of make that these are just animated versions of the multiverse? So these are actually canon within the MCU, but we're just seeing them in animated form. But these characters like we could see, as you said, Peggy Carter in live action, and what happens in this animated show is exactly who that character is.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going with it for sure. Because I wonder if that's why they waited for Loki to finish for us to then get like the next trailer.
Because it does set up What If, doesn't it? It's sort of like the multiverse is split up, so now we see what happens in What If. So it makes a lot of sense. And Peggy's definitely going to be the headline of this wave. She seems to be the forefront as the marketing. So again, my predictions is first episode, she's going to reel people in, and I guarantee you enjoy this episode. And again, we're going to have a companion piece to her later on, but obviously we'll go through the rest of the wave first. But I'm not even going to bother with the hit and misses with this, because the majority were hits from the get-go.
That was like, as soon as you flicked it over to this, they were just going crazy. They all.
Your boys got toys. Says a lot of people think these are going to be one-off stories, but they're 100% affecting the future of MCU movies. Yeah, as I said, that's what makes them even more interesting. As I said, I'm all in. I was on the fence about, do I need figures of them? But as I said, they're MCU, and as I said, as soon as I see these shows, I guarantee you, as soon as the episode's over, I'm like, right, when are these figures arriving? Because I make a special place for them. But right, next up. Again, interesting concept. Peter Parker as Spider-Man.
This is interesting.
And he's called the Spider Hunter? Zombie Hunter Spider.
Zombie Hunter Spidey.
There he is, Zombie Hunter Spidey. So it just seems like a generic Peter Parker. And shout out to Phil as well, because Phil made a note to say that this Spider-Man outfit that we're looking at right now is the same Spider-Man outfit that the Spider-Man in the new theme park is wearing.
Yeah, Avengers Campus.
Yeah, so this is technically, I guess, an Avengers Campus figure, maybe. Who knows? Again, maybe we're just twisting the narrative, but still, it sort of looks like it. But we do get a cape, which is, of course, Doctor Strange's cloak of levitation, and a Peter Parker head. He's got a weird haircut. I think he's obviously inspired by Stephen Strange there with that haircut, because I don't think I've seen Peter with those whips of hair. But again, we don't know nothing about this yet, so we're just talking of the concept and the figure. They have fixed the arms, so the arms are now pinless, so you're not going to get that big red joint on the other side. But Brandon, you made a note to point out that the legs still have the pins. There they are.
Yeah, so the arms are pinless, the legs aren't. I feel like the legs are from the Homecoming Spider-Man, I think. Or I don't know if all the Spider-Man legs generally are the same. But I think the aesthetic of this figure is amazing. Like, I think they really captured the likeness on the head sculpt to the animated version. Like, there's that shot, I think, in the latest trailer where you see him sort of like jump forward and try, and he web shoots at something. And I think that head sculpt is perfect. Personally, I didn't pick this one up because I don't need another Spider-Man, really. So there wasn't anything that massively was drawing me to this figure. But I think in terms of the look, I think they really nailed it for sure.
Hang on, the flashy lights are coming on, people.
Flashing
there
you go.
Triple figures. We appreciate you. Over 100 in the building. Recapping these figures that were revealed yesterday on the Marvel Fan First Wednesday, and of course now we are into the What If, and we've got the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, and I think someone in the comments said what theme park. So I think it's just Universal Studios, I believe. Is it or is it Disneyland? Where is it?
No, it's a Disney. I think it's Disneyland in California.
Okay.
They've just opened a new theme park there called Avengers Campus, and so you've got like Avengers HQ and stuff, and there's a Quinjet on the top, and there's different rides, and I think we're at the top of the main building of Avengers Campus. There's they've done this animatronic stuntman.
Oh, I've seen it.
Dressed
Yeah.
up as Spider-Man, and it runs up, crawls up or something, and then web shoot launches himself across the building. It looks amazing. But I think that's what Phil and Rich were saying, is that's the same costume.
So just like the Star Wars land or wherever it is, what's that Star Wars world called?
Yeah,
what's it called?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. Yeah. So this is like the Marvel equivalent to Galaxy's Edge within Disney. They've got like a pink Pim Particles diner, so the food's all different shapes and stuff, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, hopefully, maybe I'll get to go there one day. But here you go, Spidey Hunter Spider-Man, Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. Sorry. So it's it sort of will go along with maybe the next figure. Just having a quick glance in the chat, there are a few hits for this. Damien says this suit is similar to Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man one. If so, hit. CJ says hit. Firstly, for Chicken said, I think this is a bit odd only because it appears he's going down that path in No Way Home. The colours on this Spider-Man are on point, says Pogo. He looks like Strange's ward, says Matt. Yes, he might, or Strange might not even be around. Strange may be a zombie at this point, or Strange may have, God knows what's going on. As I said, it's all what if. We don't know the concept of this show. The concept could be, most of these what if stories are based off one sentence, what if. So this could be, what if the Marvel heroes turn to zombies, or what if Spider-Man was the Sorcerer Supreme. Do you know, we don't know. We don't know. Yeah. You could cast a spell and turn everyone into zombies by accident. We don't know yet. We shall find out. But it makes for an interesting figure. And the thing is about a Spider-Man figure like this is that the Spider-Verse, God knows what No Way Home's going to do. What about the animated? You can just add this to a Spider-Verse setup. You don't have to you don't ever have to watch the episode from Disney Plus's What If with this character in. You can still add this to a Spider-Man Spider-Verse setup, and no one would question it. They'd just be like, "Oh, it's the Spider-Verse. It's another version of Spider-Man." And
Man, I didn't want to order this. I was trying to cut costs.
It's what I do. It's what I do. It's what I do. I try and plant that seed. But yeah.
And here I am, off I go. Open a new tab. Because you're right, I didn't think about that from a Spider-Verse perspective. That this is another.
We're in the world of variants now. This is just another variant of Spider-Man. Yeah. Do you know, we can.
I didn't think about it like that.
The MCU have now given us an excuse to have multiple versions of the same character in one display, because we can go. That's a variant of Logan. That's a variant of Wolverine. Do you know, the floodgates are open. So yeah, as Spider-Man characters are always popular, but again, we're still getting quite a lot of misses because it's What If, and I think a lot of people are just missing What If entirely. Okay, cool.
I'm going to be interested to see how that changes when it drops.
I'm sure a percentage of the people that are saying no now will. Some people will stick to their guns because they may not even like what they see, but there's always that percentage that go, you know what, I like this show and I want some plastic representation of that.
Yeah, for sure.
But there he is in the back, and it looks like he's standing outside of the Sanctum, so it's definitely seems like he's took on the Strange sort of role. But yeah, maybe it's to hunt these guys. Zombie Cat.
Yeah, and they released a new teaser trailer today that was about 30 seconds long for What If, and there is a clip where you see Bucky fighting Zombie Cat.
Nice.
On the back of Zombie Cat's box, it says something like Captain America's team was one of the first to respond to the zombie outbreak, and one of the first to fall victim to it.
Sad times. Poor Steve.
It's going to be really interesting.
What I also found interesting... Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, in the live stream yesterday, Ryan made a point to sort of say, look, they're aware there's a whole story of Marvel zombies within the comics, and obviously this is just an opportunity to get a zombie character out that makes sense to the product they've got to promote at the time. Again, we say it every week, it's the toy business. They've got orders they have to follow. Marvel, they've got a license. Marvel are saying, look, we want What If product on the shelf, make some What If figures. So they've made a zombie cap because it's on theme with What If, but they're Marvel fans. They're aware there's a whole zombie concept within the stories. So this could be fudged into a comic display just as your zombie cap. We could see more zombie characters in the future. Again, like, we could get a whole wave of zombified characters. Who knows? But it's nice to know that it's on their radar. It might not happen straight away, but it's nice to know it's on their radar. And this looks great. It looks like a zombie cap. Whether you're a fan of What If or not, whether you've seen the trailer or not, it's just the zombie Captain America. Like, they do these type of concepts with like WWE figures. They make like zombie versions of characters. Here we've got a zombie cap. It's just have fun with it. You don't have to care too much about the source material. It's just zombie cap. It's, put it out on Halloween decorations or something. Is this? I'm a little bit unsure on this. Is this one you've pre-ordered?
So hold on. I think my earphone just died. So no, I didn't pre-order this one. Simply because.
So this for me was just a matter of I'm just gonna wait and see, and whoever gets it first, I'll order it from. Because the others that do have build-a-figure pieces that I have pre-ordered, so we're 2 out of 3 so far. I did that because of the BAF, but this I'll just pick it up as and when it releases. But my hope is that zombies are the new Venomized.
Yeah, that's a good example. Is like
that's my hope.
We got a couple of Venomized figures. We've got the Venomized Deadpool. Well, yeah, technically. Then we've got the Venomized Cap, Venomized Gwen Stacy, Venomized Miles Morales. We could get the same sort of concept with with their zombie characters. Let me just look in the chat real quick. Guns N' Roses says hit. Laser Pants is still saying miss. He's sticking to his guns. He's missing everything tonight. Damien says hit. Logan Stan's Toy says
he's got to fund those Galactuses somehow.
That's true. Well, has he brought 5 again? Bloody hell. I still want confirmation. What if they're mutants, says Logan and Dan. That's true. There could be a whole episode on that. Matt W says, this figure looks great, but I'm worried he wouldn't match any other zombies they might do in the future. Yeah, maybe, as I said, this is obviously an MCU uniform of Cap, but it's still undoubtedly Captain America. But just think, they're zombie figures, so they're not going to look clean and tidy and themed anyway. They're all going to be messy and sloppy, and that actually might add to the dynamic of a display if all of them are a little bit different, because they're just zombified versions. But this, I understand your point though. Tony Collector says major hit. Javi Man said in the movie Into the Spider-Verse had a costume of him with a cape. I think he's on about the Spider-Man. Jamie says hit for Zombie Cat. Rich M says hit. Nasus Haster says, well, hey fellas, just jumping on. Did I miss much? We're just recapping Fan First Wednesday, my friends, and we're still on the What If. But we started early because there's lots to talk about. Phil Jones with the zombie emoji says hit. Kevin's Collectible says skip. Kill the zombies. I hate all zombie things. Miss. He's clearly not a Walking Dead fan. Imagine if he is. Imagine if he said that and then he's a massive Walking Dead fan. Very confusing. Kevin, are you a Walking Dead fan? Jeddo Howard says, every reveal yesterday, miss, all terrible wave. Okay, fair enough. TJ was talking to Matt. Ash says miss. Nathan says, absolute hit. I really hope this means more zombies. Bruv, Zombie Cap is a hit, says Pogo. CJ says, hit. Crazy Toon says, miss. Zombies are so past its time now. Zombies are forever, my friend. Zombies are not going anywhere. I thought zombie episode will be centered on the vial from the beginning of Civil War. Oh, interesting. Could be. We don't know yet. We shall find out. Zombie Cap is the Herald of Zombie Galactus, says Pogo. Could be. Zombie Cap is a miss for me, but zombie lovers will gobble him up. He is very nice zombie design, though I love the holes. Says Greg. Yeah, those holes on the legs are apparently completely hollow.
Yeah. And all the way through, and that's what I love about this. Look at how much love they gave this figure, man.
Completely new, it seems, apart from the shield. They said,
yeah, and so much unique sculpt. Like look at the detail on the ribs. I think they did the back of the ribs as well. Like really, just love it. Like,
no
really
build a figure piece either. So if you're building the Watcher, you don't need Zombie Cap to do so. But maybe that was done intentional. Maybe they think Zombie Cap is going to be a draw on his own. We shall see, but there you go. There's one.
Yeah.
So not one Brandon pre-ordered. So there's still one more left that Brandon pre-ordered to go. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a picture of Zombie Cap from the show, by the way. Does look creepy. Looks good.
Try zoom in on the. Can it zoom in? Can we zoom in on the little bio? Because I think that's.
I don't want to risk anything, to be honest, Brandon.
Good point.
Oh
wait, actually, I think I have a picture of it.
Yeah, if someone can read it, if someone can type it, that'd be great. But you're not. People who are regular to the streams know Streamlabs doesn't like me.
So Captain America's team were the first responders to the zombie outbreak and its first victims.
Okay, nice. Okay, so
just interesting, I think.
So who else is a zombie? We're definitely going to see other zombie versions of characters. Who was in his team? We shall find out. Okay, next up, very tired Doctor Strange. I don't think that's his technical name, but that's what I'm going to call him. He is technically called Doctor Strange Supreme, who clearly doesn't sleep. The guy looks like he needs a bit of rest. But it is Doctor Strange in a different colour palette, to be fair. Would you say an evil colour palette, Brandon? Is it meant to be like a twisted Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
What's going on here?
It's interesting. It feels like it's setting up like a good versus bad Strange, maybe.
Evil like mirror dimension Doctor Strange. He doesn't look like his normal happy self. And the classic Strange colours are the reds and the blues and the yellows. And this is like a darker colour palette. So even the cape's got the big flicks and the hair and the eyes are dark. Yeah, I'm curious to know what this episode's all about. We have seen a lot of Doctor Strange within the trailers as well. But we might see Doctor Strange throughout this whole season. He could be jumping around the multiverses.
Likely, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I think in the trailer, Strange meets Captain Carter.
Okay, there you go then. So yeah.
So I reckon.
Do you reckon we could see an exact scene from the What If in live action? Like they actually just recreate the scene. So we'll see Doctor Strange jump in Carter's world in What If, and then we'll see that exact same scene play out in live action. That would be really interesting. So. That would be really cool to see that straight up live action animated concept. But I'm assuming Doctor Strange isn't on your pre-order list. I don't see no reason why you'd randomly get him.
Yeah, no, not this one wasn't for me. I mean, again, I love the design. I love the head sculpt. I think this body looks great. I think it's the same body they're using for the No Way Home Strange. So you got the pinless arms, but pins in the legs. I can also see this being used for a classic Strange, comic Strange, maybe at some point. Maybe next year. Generally, I think it looks like a great figure. Just the only draw, though, to be fair, is that changeable hand with the green thing. That's a cool accessory. But
if you've got the other Doctor Strange, though, you can do that with the other one.
Yeah, but I think does the hand come off? Because the thing goes all the way around, right?
The hand still comes off though. The thing does go around the wrist, but this hand does come off the Doctor Strange separately. So if you have that over...
You convinced me to get Spidey, but you reinforced that I don't need Strange.
Sorry. But no, the new Doctor Strange for Far From Home comes with the big yellow effects. But if you do have the previous Doctor Strange from the 3-pack with Thanos and Iron Man, you can just pop off the hand with the green effect. But yes, you're correct. The green is stuck around his wrist. But that's why this piece is already tooled up. And that's why it's in this box, because it already exists.
Yeah.
Let me just jump to the chat real quick. We've got a few missing, a few hits. Rich says Diana Ross has seen better days. Poor Diana Ross. Brandon's other pre-order is the Hydra Stomper, says Matt. We'll find out in a minute. Another statue from Hasbro Miss says your boy's got toys. I'm guessing that's because he feels like the cape and the sort of skirt piece will hinder articulation.
Fair point.
Nice colours plus a cooler custom candidate, says Damien. Crimson, purple, black and gold, says Kev's Collectibles. Yeah, that's a good sort of explanation. Jay Underground said this one looks great. Crazy Soon says Miss, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. No one does, my friend. We haven't seen What If yet. But we will soon. Matt says Miss. Tony Collector says Hit. Cameron Wright says Miss. Pogo's laughing at Rich M's Diana Ross joke. Was thinking to do a Doctor Drool with the body, just a possibility. Drool, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Damien. Cameron Wright says, every Hasbro teasing us with every version of Strange, but the one we want. That's how they get you, though. It's the toy business. They give you every version you don't want first, so you buy them out of FOMO, and then they give you the one they want last. So Classic Strange is coming.
When they revealed this on the live stream, I'm pretty sure it was when they revealed it on the live stream. The chat just filled with comments like that, like, yeah, but Classic Strange though, like, you got any more of those Strangers? You know, it was really funny.
Yeah,
really,
Classic Strange has got to happen with Doctor Strange movie. Yeah, give it on that retro card.
We're getting it in the next year for sure.
Oh, Rich M is saying she was a Supreme, wasn't she? Dinah Ross and the Supremes. Okay, I'm with you now. Do you know what? I was a little bit lost at first, but now I get it. I should have known. My mum was a big Supremes fan. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow on that one, Rich. My bad. Terrible miss as a mega weapon. Jason says hit. Eric streams his miss. He resembles Dan, says Thirsty for Chicken. Wow. Do I really look that tired? Shit. My bad. Should I just end the stream and go to have a little rest? Shall I? Bloody hell. Do I look that bad? Shit.
No, that's not fair.
Sorry, my bad.
No, like that.
Shit, have I got black eyes?
He looks possessed almost.
Yeah, my bad. Do you know what? I'm not too mad at him. I haven't got a goatee though. I'd never go goatee. I've got like a bit of a beard going on, but I could never go goatee. If I went in the bathroom and shaved the goatee and come out the bathroom, Amanda would like storm me back in there. There's no way I could exist with a. She would no way. If I come out of a moustache or a goatee, she'd hit me around the head with a frying pan. She wouldn't be having that shit. Rectangular says miss. Matt says, I honestly hope that we don't use this for the classic. Don't like the cape or the long skirt. Too limiting or on articulation. Yeah, maybe. You know what Hasbro like? They like to reuse bits and pieces. But I do think for a Classic Strange, they'll make the best one they can. And they've got a big library now of tools, so why not? Rich has started a chain reaction. Now, I know that's another reference to Diana Ross's song, I think. I don't know. I'm lost now. Okay, right. Next up, Doctor Strange. There he is in the back of the box. Doesn't look too tired on the back of the box, to be fair. No. The figure does, though. Okay, Sylvie. Now, we've already seen Sylvie, but they did show it off a little bit more. They showed you, of course, that her cape, if you will, her hood, cape, I guess, comes off. And it's sort of... I actually prefer the look without the cape that Dwight was showing off, because that's how I remember her from the show a lot, and it made me like the figure a lot more, seeing it that way. Shout out Cameron Wright with a super chat.
Cameron Wright donated $4.99. Don't worry, Dan, you look like a healthy Finn Balor, raising hands, light skin tone, tears of joy.
Thank you very much, Cameron. That has made me smile. He says, don't worry, Dan, you look like a healthy Finn Balor. My abs certainly don't look like Finn Balor's, but let's pretend they do. I appreciate that. Cameron, thank you very much. As I said, I'll cry myself to sleep tonight. I think I look like a very tired, wilted Doctor Strange. Anyway, Sylvie, I like it. You like it a little bit more now they've showed her off a little bit more, Brandon?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I gotta be honest, the character really wound me up throughout Loki, like in a good way, you know, like in the same way that John Walker really got my nerves in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think she nailed it in the show. I think they nailed the likeness and the look of her costume here. I'm going to be the same as you. She probably won't have the statue making, cloak on. Hopefully, Cosmic Capes, Scoticus Customs will do one for her. But yeah, love it. Interchangeable hands, looks good. Yeah. Let's get her stabbing He Who Remains.
Yeah, I like that now. Like, as we were talking about it previously about WandaVision and Loki having the least figures, so it's nice to know we're getting Mobius, we're getting Sylvie to go along. Now I feel like, because at the minute I'm not displaying my variant Loki. I'm like, where do I put him? Like, I don't know where to put him. But now obviously he has a crew to stand with, so I'm happy about getting more figures from the Loki show, and maybe we will get a He Who Remains figure. Who knows?
Oh, I would love it. But just a quick plug.
Yes.
If you don't want to wait for an official one to come around anytime soon, then go and check out Artman_Customs. So his name's Nico. Go and check him out on his page. He's done some amazing He Who Remains heads and Kang heads.
Yeah, I think I've seen you showing these off. They look great.
Yeah.
Literally ahead of the game.
So good. And looks just like custom heads do not Like that looks like photoreal level.
He got it so quick. He made it so quick.
Yeah,
Well, I know
man.
Jonathan Watt has been around for a little bit, so you could have got ahead of the game, but it just looks so good. Looks legit. Fair
Yeah.
play.
I think a friend of his 3D designed it, printed it, or whatever, and then he's painted them. But yeah, they look. Yeah, they're on their way. I think today, so I can't wait.
Yeah, Tax is the
Yeah,
same.
go
He
check
says
him out.
he says I wouldn't mind an MCU He Who Remains Marvel Legend. But yeah, I'm sure we will see more Disney Plus figures. They're not Disney Plus isn't slowing down. Hawkeye has got an actual date now, so like we know exactly when Hawkeye's coming. They're not slowing down. And again, I genuinely didn't think we'd get Hawkeye and Miss Marvel this year. I thought we're already getting 4 shows. The movies are coming back out. They're slow down, but nope. We're getting Hawkeye 24th of November, I believe. It's going to be another 6 episodes, just like Falcon and Winter Soldier. A bit more grounded. Rumours we might get Kingpin in it. Vincent D'Onofrio, maybe. I hope so. Bloody hope so.
Because of the Echo series, they're saying.
Well, I hope so, because there's some of those Netflix characters need to be brought back, because we're wasting time. We're wasting time. These are great characters. Bring them back in. They can be variants. I don't care. Just make it happen. But yeah, Sylvie, she's got to be one you pre-ordered, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
Oh, yeah. This is 3 out of 3.
Yeah, there you go.
From the wave.
Yes.
From the wave.
Yes. So you went for T'Challa, Captain Carter, and Sylvie.
Sylvie. Yes. Yeah. And because Toys R Us do the BAF separately, I added in the BAF as well. So
Yeah,
3
getting-
figures plus the BAF.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'll probably end up picking up Spider-Man now that you've mentioned it.
And there is the BAF. There is the BAF. The Watcher.
man.
So do you like the look of this? Because obviously
I love it.
we're used to seeing the Watcher being a little bit stumpier, maybe, and maybe a bigger head. So this is more of a leaner thing, but it is accurate to what we've seen in the What If. But I do think
Yeah.
he is one of those characters that can be like this. Could be put in a cosmic display, in a comic cosmic display right now, and no one would go, "Oh, that looks weird." They'd go, "That's the Watcher."
Yeah. I think as well, the more I've reflected on it, he looks just like he looks just like how they look in Guardians 2 as well. You know.
Yes.
That like taller, more elegant style of design.
Yeah, lean
I
and
think this is
elegant.
great.
Elegant's a good word. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, and I think this is definitely going on my MCU shelves. It'll go on my Cosmic shelf, but definitely going to sit with the MCU. I think I'm going to definitely be keeping the Marvel Select Watcher on the comic shelves for the time being. But I think this will definitely be on the MCU shelf. I think it looks great, and Jeffrey Wright as well. Such a great voice that he'll be bringing to this character, I think. So yeah, super excited for this. The only thing is, I don't know who said it earlier, that statue thing, but I really like that phrasing, because again, this will be a bit of a statue. But then again, you're not gonna.
It's the Watcher. This is what he does. He stands and watches.
Poses. Yeah.
He's not karate chopping anybody.
Exactly.
He's watching you.
No.
This has got all the articulation you need.
100%.
Shout out Mini Plastic Multiverse, by the way. He's just jumped in.
I've done soft goods on this, if anything. But yeah.
So, I was just shouting out Tom. Tom's jumped in late. He says, "Hi, sorry, late to the party again. No problem, my friend. Life gets in the way. It's fine. Welcome. You're here now." So, a question to the chat. Then we've got over 120 people here. So I'm assuming a lot of people have been saying miss to these figures, not because they're bad figures. I'm just assuming you've got no attachment to the characters yet. You haven't seen What If. You don't collect MCU. There's many reasons why you may not want these Marvel Legends, and that's absolutely fine. But do you think this Build-A-Figure could be fit into a comic display? And are there any comic book collectors out there that ain't interested in the What If figures, but are interested in adding this Watcher to your shelf for your comic display? Like, I'm just curious what people's dynamics are out there, because I do think this is one of those Build-A-Figures, and maybe why it is a Build-A-Figure over the Hydra Stomper is because it makes the wave more desirable to more of the fan base. You're not just going for MCU fans. You're not just going for the animated fans. You're going for like, well, you may not like the MCU figures, but if you buy them all, you still get a Watcher, do you know? So, and this could be an army builder. Like, There's more than one Watcher. You could recreate the scene with Stan Lee. I know Stan Lee's not wearing a spacesuit, but Stan Lee all the same. Like you could have Stan Lee surrounded by a gaggle. Would you call them a gaggle of Watchers? I'm going to.
That would have been really cool if the zombie cap figure had 2 alternate Watcher heads in the packaging. One on the top left, one on the top right. That would I would have done it.
Just a slightly different expression. Yeah, just.
Yeah, I would.
Do you know what?
You were. Gone for 3.
Let's bounce back, right? I just showed to Hasbro. I know budgets and stuff are in like a factor.
I mean, there's obviously a reason why they weren't able to do that, but
look at all that dead space, right? If you had put 2 other Watcher heads in there with a slightly different expression, so we could have 3 Watchers on the shelf. 3's a great number for display as well. Well, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. Give us another Watcher head, and you would have got people army building this for the wave.
For sure.
But yeah, there you go. There you go. There's his 2 dynamic poses. Don't you worry. People want articulation. There he is. Pow.
But I can see by the time
he's ready to fight.
There you go. But I could see that by the time Guardians 3 or Thor or even What If Season 2, like I can imagine by the time we see this character again, we could easily get a deluxe reissue of this with 3 or 4 heads. For sure.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
That's I can see that would be the plan.
And for people saying he's a statue, look at these 3 dynamic poses that Marvel have displayed for us right here. We've got, hello, how are you? How are you doing? And then we've got, whoa, what are you saying? What you saying? And then he's got, nah, you don't want none. You don't want none. We've got 3 crazy poses for the Watcher there. There you go. There's a close-up of the Watcher with his giant baby head. But yeah, I think this looks great. I reckon, as I said, I mean, there's the wave in a full, people. So can we get just a hit and miss on this wave in general? And say hit if you're actually buying the whole wave. And if there are people out there that are just getting the builder figure, I'm curious of that as well. I'll spend a couple of minutes going through the chat. As I said, this is we are live here on YouTube on a Thursday evening or Thursday afternoon if you're in the US or wherever you are in the world. It is sometime on a Thursday, unless you're in New Zealand. It's probably Friday. How you doing? But still, it's an interactive show. So let me know what you think in the chat, and we'll read a couple out. You're selling this real well, Dan. Thank you. Yeah, I'm waiting for my kickback from the Marvel team. But as I said, it sells itself with poses like this. Look at this. Look at whoa.
Yes, absolutely.
Whoa. You could do a catwalk.
Whoa.
No, I'm joking. I like it. I'm not even taking the piss.
The first time I build this, right, I'm gonna have those sound effects in my head.
All right. Sorry, the chat's a bit slow, so I'm just waiting for it to catch up, and I'll read a couple out. Okay. By the way, we appreciate everyone who's still here. As I said, over 100 people here kicking it with us. We appreciate you. We've still got plenty more to talk about. They've revealed more than just this wave, so obviously stick around. We're not going anywhere just yet. Okay. Hit, okay, so Home Dude says hit. Logan Dance Toy says hits. Yes, some misses, but get in the wave. Yes, going in my cosmic shelf. There you go. So Ash says miss. Brandon says hit. Jay on the Grind says hit. Buy everything always. Rectangular says miss, except for Nebula. There you go. He's a fan of that Nebula Monroe.
Soft hit.
just a little tap from Todd. Nathan says Hasbro smashed it. The Irrelevant Hawk says major hit. Rich M says Peggy, Zombie and Sylvie for me. JC says hit. I got the whole wave. Easy to read name. Thank you for that easy to read name. He says the wave is is a hit for me. Jake's Toys Collections UK says miss, just Peggy for me. Jamie says I like most of the wave, want them all for the builder figure. Abnogler says miss on all, but cool figures nonetheless. That's the type of attitude we like around here, Alf.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes,
they're fun figures, but just not for me, and that's absolutely fine. Marcus G said the stylized look of the figures are a bit inconsistent. Like Star-Lord is very cartoony, while the others look very close to live action. Captain Carter and even Zombie, Hunter, Spidey. Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Like I sort of see where you're coming from, and that may just be the fact that a character like T'Challa is completely new. Maybe, I don't know. The zombie cap is obviously zombie cap based on the MCU uniform. Spider-Man's a little bit more easy to connect with. Obviously, there's been lots of different. I understand what you're trying to say, Marcus. Is my point. Just getting two captains and the Hydra Stomper, says Mini Plastic Multiverse. House Spawn Hulk says hard pass. Damien says could have just had a couple of baddies in the wave. Just me, Dan. That's absolutely fine. Jamie Boy says Nebula reminds me of Captain Planet villain Dr. Bright. Yeah, it's a good shout. I love Captain Planet. Here's my hero. Here, take you all down to zero. I think that's how it goes. Why is no company making retro Captain Planet figures? I want them. All right, Super 7, make some Captain Planet figures. I'd buy them, even if they don't articulate. Anyway, let's save that topic for another day. Rich, write that down. Captain Planet stream. Rich is like shaking his head right now, going, no way, Dan, no way. Jimmy Boy, Nebula, Robots, yeah, okay. Easy to read names, should have had a party for. Maybe we'll get more. Maybe there's certain characters that Marvel will consider spoilery, so are not in this wave, and then we may see a couple of exclusives or a 2-pack. But yeah, Party 4 has been turned into a pop, so you know the marketing materials out there. Dan Hayden says hit for the wave, but won't be keeping them all. And that's the clever way to do it. Get the wave, don't have to stress about it. Pick the ones you want, keep, and sell the rest. Crazy Toon says I can sleep well knowing I won't be getting this wave and saving money for something better. I miss Hasbro. I wish Hasbro would do every show its own wave. They sometimes they can do that, sometimes they can't. It depends. Laser Pants says miss. Isaiah Crowd Small says I've pre-ordered Sylvie, but now we're talking about it. I think I may get Captain Carver, Spidey, and Zombie Cap. Hit gonna get them all. Pogo, this wave is a hit. Javi Man says hit. Dante's in the building. How you doing?
Just go full screen a second. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, not a problem. Let me go. I can go chat as it goes. Let me find my chat screen. There you go. There's my chat screen. It should pop up in a second there, people. Brandon will be back with us in a second. The postman's probably here. He's waiting for some post, and he'll tell you why in a minute. But yeah, I just seen Dante. So shout out Dante. Dark Joker's in, of course. The Legend Killer. He says, I guess hit, ? Interesting. I will look forward to hearing you and the team's thoughts on Friday or Saturday morning for me, because I can't stay up late these days. Fridays... tired. I'm going to see Suicide Squad tomorrow though, so maybe. Cap and Peggy hits for sure, says Rodrigo. Sci-Fi George says miss. Half miss for the other half. Hit for the other half, says Air Extreme. Pogo says no. What is that emoji I keep seeing? The little like fencer emoji. I don't even know what it is. What if wave is a hit? Rush McGann says the Peggy looks amazing. Excuse me, but I see how the in-hand product looks, especially the face sculpt in person. Yeah, that's a good shout. Tony Collector says hit. Jay's Toys Collection says yes, Captain Planet, love it. Captain Planet figs are a hit for me, says to Catch the Legend. Isn't there a What If Wave 2 coming, says Jay on the Grind? I don't know. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, for me personally, just while Brandon's not here, I was quite reluctant of this What If wave at first. I was thinking, I love my MCU figures, as you know, but I was thinking, do I need the animated version of the MCU characters? But after seeing them and seeing that the Watcher to build a figure, again, I think I will end up getting them. Of course I will. Who am I talking? It's me, for God's sake. I'm going to get them. But I don't think I'll be displaying them like with my live action figures. My brain can't comprehend that. I have to have their own section of the display. I may even end up displaying these What If figures with the Spider-Verse figures. And now I know Spider-Verse is Sony, it's not MCU, but what if the Spider-Verse was in the MCU? Huh? Get it? What if the Spider-Verse was in the MCU? I've just justified why I can display all these animated figures together, and now you have a reason to. You're welcome. Because so far my Spider-Verse figures are not even on display. They're in a box because I didn't know where to put them. I don't really have a Spider-Verse display. I have more of a animated Spider-Man display. But again, everyone each to their own rules. Hit for the wave, says AJTSK8. Hit for the wave. Love Zombie Cap and Cap Carter. Plus I need the Watcher. Hit Supreme. says first for chicken. Fencer on the fence, says Matt W. Oh, okay, it's a fencer. My bad. I'm a little bit... It's so small on my screen, I couldn't tell what it was, but I will make a fencer. I'll try and get an actual fence emoji sorted for you. As I told you, I just need a couple more channel members to unlock another emoji. Exactly, fence emoji into an official Dan Who emoji is unlocked. Yeah, thank you, Pogo. I appreciate that. Easy to read name says Sakar Hulk Buster would have been an awesome builder figure. Yeah, the Lego people did that. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That would have been an interesting shout. Maybe it's a deluxe. As I said, you know what Hasbro I like? They just think one of the reveals yesterday was a Vulture from the 2017 Spider-Man film redone. So there's no reason why they can't revisit. Dwight has said plenty of times on this very channel that they've got pin particles. They can go any way they want. It just depends if there's space in the schedule, if there's budget. They like to always revisit characters, especially if the concept art was far off the finished design. What if there was no what if, says Crazy Toon. Then we wouldn't be talking about them on this stream right now. That's for sure. So yeah, just to wrap up these figures, Brandon, to confirm, you have gone for T'Challa, Captain Carter, and you're getting the Watcher, and we have convinced, and Sylvie as well, but we have convinced you live on the stream that Spider-Man may be worthy of a Spider-Verse slot.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Because it justifies it. It makes a hell of a lot of sense to do that. It really does make a hell of a lot
I was
of
just
sense.
saying while you're away, I haven't got my Spider-Verse Miles Morales movie figures on display because I haven't really got anywhere to put them because they're animated and blah, blah, blah. But I just said to the chat, what if Spider-Verse was in the MCU?
Yeah, interesting.
See?
That could work.
So what if display with Spider-Verse figures in it? They're all animated. They all look similar. Just saying.
Personally, on that note, in terms of where I'm going to put mine are all going on the Cosmic Shelf.
Okay.
Reason being is because I'm classing them as multiverse characters.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
Sylvie will go there, Mobius will go there, Loki, TVA Loki will go there. Yeah.
Tom says, what, no Zombie Cat for Brandon? Tell Tom why you don't want Zombie Cat.
I will be getting Zombie Cat, but because he doesn't have a BAF piece, he wasn't essential, really. So I'm kind of just going to go with the flow, and whoever gets him in first in the UK will be who I buy him from. I might do the same with. I'm on the fence about Spidey.
I love that you started the stream with no, only 3. Then you've jumped up to maybe 5, maybe 3 again. We shall see. We'll get back to Brandon at the end of the stream. See where he's at. He's probably pre-ordered the whole wave by then. Laserpants says, what if there was an animated MCU and a live-action MCU crossover like Roger Rabbit style? That'd be interesting. It's not something I think we need. I don't think it's something we want. But it would be interesting. I didn't hate Roger Rabbit as a kid. I'm surprised there aren't more. I loved, as I said, Space Jam as a kid, and that was like live action mixed with animation. Roger Rabbit did it as well. I've got Space Jam figures bloody on the shelf, right in front of me. I haven't seen the new Space Jam yet, people. All right, so I don't want people in the chat saying, "Oh, it's terrible," all right, because that will kill my heart. I have nothing but fond memories of Space Jam, and I'm hoping the new one, even though I don't really know who LeBron James is. I'm not going to lie to you. I nearly fell off my chair. Anyway, we'll save that. Put that down with the Captain Planet talk, Rich. We'll save another stream for Space Jam, Captain Planet for a different day. Tom says, fair enough. Okay, next up. Let's go to Hasbro Pulse UK. And again, we're just live scrolling the internet right now. Because that wasn't the only what if figures that were revealed. They also revealed this deluxe. And again, we predicted it, people. We predicted it. It is the Hydra Stomper. So, of course, Steve Rogers, he never got the Super Soldier Serum. That went to Peggy Carter. She turned into Captain Carter. But Steve Rogers is a good guy. He still wants to help. So, Howard, I'm assuming, made him this Hydra Stomper armor. And here it is. The What If Hydra Stomper deluxe figure. Now, price on this, Brandon, UK, is £58.99. I thought I was in for this, and then I went, oh shit, I was not expecting that price. I was like, deluxe figures have been about £30. I would have been happy with that, fine.
But this is obviously like super deluxe MODOK.
The box does look bigger, yeah, the box does look longer.
I think this is as tall, if not taller, than the Hulkbuster.
Yeah, Ryan showed it off, didn't he? He held it in the stream. And the Hulkbuster's a decent size. So, I don't get me wrong, I want this. If I'm going in for the what if ways, if I'm getting Captain Carter, then I like the idea of displaying Captain Carter, like, holding onto the back. I like that. So it's just the price was like...
I really pictured what my first what if posts are going to be, like ACVA wise, and that is one of them for sure. Like I think, I mean, look, this is pinless. I thought it would be like a whole bunch of Ironmonger reuse. I don't know, obviously, because we haven't had him in hand yet. I don't know how much of it is reuse. But if it is, genius, in my opinion, because we get 2 supersized armored, iron armored action figures.
Yep.
Just slight retooling differences on both, or it might be entirely unique sculpts. I don't know. Either way, I think it was brilliantly done. Personally, I think the price tag is a kick in the teeth. I think £58 is a heck of a lot of money, or £59, I think, because it's $58.99.
Yeah.
Pulse is free over X amount anyway. Pulse is free shipping if you have premium. But yeah, that did not sit well with me personally. So Comics and Cocktails actually priced this pretty well. I think they priced it at £52, which includes shipping as well. So I pre-ordered it. I went for it at Comics and Cocktails, and because I think 52 is a hell of a lot better than 59. That £7 makes a big difference.
Oh, that's half a Marvel Legend virtually. Sometimes, do you know, like,
yeah.
Shout out Nat and Jeff, by the way, while I'm on Comic and Cocktails. Let me find
because
it.
I think the £45 to £50 price mark for this is fair. Same as how we had it for MODOK. But I think any more than that is a hell of a lot. But yeah, exactly. I went for it.
As much as we give all our money to Hasbro, of course, support their independence as well. And people like Comic and Cocktails are a great store. So if you're in the UK, Comic and Cocktails, 100% trustworthy, great store, good run by good people. I've actually visited Comic and Cocktails. I didn't do an articulated adventures, but I was there.
That's on the cards,
I was there. I've seen where they are, and they're good people. But Hydra Stomper. I of course I'm going to end up getting him, but I was it did feel like a gunch put seeing a gunch punch. What's that? A gut punch. Thank you. Seeing the price. But I don't think you can have Captain Carter without this. And again, once we've seen the episode, I think our attachment for this will be a little bit higher.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So
and that's why I went for it, because I just know. I know that, like, the Captain America films is probably my favorite trilogy in the entire MCU so far. I love those characters, Steve, Peggy, Howard. So I just know that I'm going to really fall in love with this, I think. And they nailed it. The fists, the open palm hands, the jetpack, the way that she can literally climb up and jump onto it, I think is going to be brilliant. Really, really brilliant.
It looks like, I don't know if you're a Futurama fan, but there's a big robot in the Futurama, and it looks like the robot in the Futurama. I can't remember what it's called. But am I asking for too much? Am I asking for too much for the chest cavity to open up and it reveal like a really skinny Steve Rogers?
That I think is too much. However, I would have liked some sort of like neck piece to change, where you just see his head pop up.
Yeah.
I would have really
even if the head just came up like had a little hinge at the top and it came up and you seen like a skinny Steve Rogers, that would have been a nice little touch.
Yeah, and anything like that, if I was going to be really picky, I would have loved to have seen. Because I
think a lot of people are going to be picking up this and Peggy. I think people are going to be. I'm not bothered about the wave, just these two.
Yeah, I genuinely do think that T'Challa and Peggy and the Hydra Stomper are going to be the must gets of this whole what if lineup. I think them and the Watcher.
Okay, I just want to report. Laser Pants has finally said hit for the Hydra Stomper. Well done, Laser Pants. He's in. He says hit for that. Rather get Ironmonger than this, says Crazy Toon. That's fair. Matt W says it's the same price as Ironmonger, which is equally too much. Jay on the Grind says you can always make more money, guys. That's true. I'm off to the street corner after this live stream. JC Phoenix, of course, says hit. I'm a sucker for robots. Price is not an issue. LOL. Cameron Wright says, okay, this one tempts me, crying face. Back of the box, as Steve Rogers is injured and so fights in his armor made by Howard Stark. Okay, so yeah, that's maybe... Well, Steve Rogers is a skinny guy, let's be honest. Before the Super Soldier Serum, he couldn't really do much. He could do it all day, but what he could do all day was just get beat up. So, yeah, having some armor is not going to hurt. Here's not my cap at that price, says Rich M. Barack says hit... Damien says, Brandon, if you think this box is big, any calculations of how big the Galactus box will be? Much bigger. Should be about £35. Still bought it, though. Shout out Lizzie Harts, who just subscribed. Thank you very much. If you're watching live, then that is the advantage of subscribing while I'm here live. Thank you very much, Lizzie Harts. Hit that subscribe. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, that's probably why you can't chat. You can, if you're watching this and you want to get involved in the chat, then you need to subscribe. The chat, the live chat is subscribers only, okay? Subscribing is completely free. Just hit that red button. I'm like 90 away from 13K, which, 13,000, which is nice because I've been in the 12,000 category for a while and I'm slugging people. But yeah, I'm nearly there, nearly at the unlucky number 13, and then I'm going to want to get out of that very quickly as well. We shall see. Okay, next up. Okay, so... Let me go back to Hasbro Pulse because, as I said, everything's went up for pre-order. It went up for pre-order today at 5 o'clock. Before we get into binary, let's talk about this. Shout out super producer Rich M. Now, we've knew this was coming for a while. Yeah. We've knew this was coming, but we haven't. It's always nice to see packaged promo pictures because then you know how the figures come in, what accessories are coming. And this was a pleasant surprise to see Tigra. That's right, and if you don't know why she's called Tigra around these ways, then put a super chat in with the word Tigra in there and you'll see exactly why. Our Friday calls her Tigra, but she comes with she's all brand new, completely brand new, 2 heads, 2 sets of hands, and on retro card. So, Brandon, your thoughts on this while I pose a question to the chat via the chat.
This is an absolute 150% hit for me. Not just for Rich's sake, but I think because this is one of the best female Marvel Legends they have ever done, in my opinion.
Wow!
Like they really nailed this figure here. Pinless, pinvisible figure. We've got the double jointed arms and legs, I believe. 2 head sculpts for a regular look and a fighting look.
There
2
she
hands
is.
again for fists and for claws. Like they really like. I don't do this generally for many characters, but I would get 3 of this figure. Like one to open and put on the shelf, another one to open and put on the shelf with the different heads and hands, and then one to keep mint. Just because it is that. Like there are a few figures over the years where you get to one and it's like this is a benchmark like history making figure within the line, and this is one of them. Like I think between this and Ironheart and Captain Carter, we're seeing a whole new like era of female Marvel Legends, and I know you and me both, bro. We are all here for it.
So the question I've asked the chat, this is an official question in the chat, so again, get involved, check out the chat, there's a little poll going on right now. So the question is, how many Tigras, aka Tigra, should Rich M, that's super producer Rich M, he likes a bit of Tigra by the way, at Displayed Once of course on Instagram, how many should he buy? 1? At least 2? A whole case? Or should he just army build Tigra? Build a Tigra army. So far, 52% say he should build a Tigra army, and I think he's going to be fair. This as Brandon says, I concur. I think it looks great. It's all new, all brand new. So again, this gives us options in the future for a feral and for a wolfsbane. We've got a new third sculpted female body, pinless, double jointed all over. She can hold her own tail there, which is a nice touch. I love how they give us the two heads as well. Like, I love having those displaying options, whether we want neutral or a little bit more action fighting pose, and that's exactly what we get here with Tigra. Yeah, in the words of Tony, she's great. See what I did there? Thank you. There you go. Thank you. She get it. She's a tiger. She's never mind. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not a comedian. But I like. Do people like the fact she's on a retro card? We guessed she was going to be when they revealed that Hercules was going to be on a retro card. So we did predict it was going to be retro card, which was surprising. But I'm happy with it. I'll take it.
And I saw someone said somewhere that Dwight said that there are 2 more of these to come. Is that right? I don't remember hearing that, and I forgot to go back and check. I
have not checked, and I don't remember hearing that. I feel like that's a nugget that I would have remembered if he did say that.
Me too. I'm going to mute myself and go and find out.
Okay, I'm going to read some of the chat then while you say that. Let's see what the chat is saying about Tigra. But I'm assuming it's a lot of hits. Let me just scroll back up. So I love seeing the rich M emojis as well when people are seeing this one pop up. All right. Jimmy Boy says, both your shelves are packed. Where do you plan to place all these? I've got empty shelves below me. Trust me, I'm having a rearrange, Jimmy Boy. It's all good. The one Bender hides in the legs of, says Thirsty for Chicken. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the robot, but that's what the Hydra Stomper looks like. Army build these for hammer drones. Talking about the Hydra Stomper, says Laser Pants. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Subscribe lurkers, says Phil Jones. Thank you very much. Lizzie Hart says, what if a strange Wanda puts him under a hex and he goes evil and goes bounce around the multiverse? Yeah, it's a good shout. I'm sure Wanda's going to get up to some mischief. And Doctor Strange didn't look well, did he? So yeah, maybe he's just tired trying to fix all the mistakes that Loki and Wanda have done with the multiverse. We shall see. Stridon with the hits, Eric Stream with the hits. One of the only good things released today, but he meant yesterday. Crazy Tune. Laser Pants with another hit, this time on Tigra. Tom with the hits and the tiger and the rich M emojis and the no pin emojis. We forgot we have that.
Just quickly, sorry to interrupt. Ryan just said how far we've come, that we've revealed 2 female Marvel Legends with double jointed legs and arms, and I just think, amen.
Very true. Golden Age. We're still in the Golden Age, people. We're still living in it. The Golden Age isn't over. We are living in the Golden Age. That means there's still more to come. Matt W in the chat is saying Dwight said they have 2 more that will be at least announced this year. So I don't remember hearing that, but I'm not saying anyone's a liar, so maybe he did. Usually these retro figures, they do cases of, like Spider-Man have always come in 6. So far we've got 4 revealed, so maybe some more. Yeah, you could, maybe, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, a lot of hits for Tigra. Crazy Tune hit, Matt W hit, Ash says hit. Bracket says, don't collect comic, but I really like the shades of orange. Ironhead says, hey Dan, great show as usual. Punk and Brian in AEW. Are you excited? Brandon, your thoughts on Daniel Bryan and CM Punk possibly merging in AEW? That's what I thought. Yeah, Brandon's not an AEW fan, but I'm excited. I love AEW at the minute. And I hope Daniel Bryanson, I can't even speak today. I'm excited is my point. And yes, I'm down for any future live streams, especially for All Out as well. And I hope Punk coming out in Chicago would be crazy. Matt W, can't believe we have to wait till February though. February? This says November for us in the UK.
Yeah, Entertainment Earth's saying February. I just checked, they don't mention 2 more.
I think that is a nugget I would have remembered. It says February.
I saw that there.
It says February here on Hasbro Pulse, but if we go back on Comic and Cocktails, I think it said November.
And the other thing is I mean, sorry, but sod that waiting till February, man. Like that's one of the few things that's kind of irked me about Disney Plus releases is which
ETA. So Comic and Cocktails are saying ETA November. All right, so I do think we will see it before February, but carry on.
Which was obviously because of spoilers with Sam Cat, US Agent, and Wanda. But when the figure releases vary so much with the entertainment, it really takes like the wind out the sails of those figures. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like, Matt, for example,
Matt in the chat said, "I'll give you a timestamp for when Dwight said it." By the way, so Matt, please do that, and Brandon will have a little look.
Yes, please, because I only watched literally them say, "Oh, up next is Tigra," and then it's up until it's tomorrow pre-order, and then that was it. I didn't watch any of it after that. But because the thing is that What If drops in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And if we don't get this till November, I'm pretty sure What If would have finished by November.
Yep.
So we're all going to sit here and watch What If for the best part of 12 weeks, whatever it might be, 8 weeks, something like that. And
with no figures.
Like, yeah, it is annoying. It is annoying. I know it's like, I'm listening to myself say that and I'm like, oh, grow up, you big child. But
no, you're in a safe place here. There's over 100 people that are on the same page as us, Brandon. Don't worry about it. You're in a safe space.
And I assume there's all the stuff to do with, shipping and, delays in getting stuff out of the factories in China and all the rest of it, like we've been hearing about. But, it is just annoying. It is going to be annoying.
Amanda's just jumped into the chat and put a little dog emoji, Brandon, right? So this is exclusive news for everybody. Amanda wants
you guys are getting a dog.
Amanda wants to get a dog. Do you reckon we should, or do you reckon it's just going to be havoc for my collection?
Oh, 100% you should.
No,
100%.
That's not what I thought you'd say.
No, but 100%. And I'll give you an insight why. So where this room is with the display in it, literally you walk out the door and the like literally maybe 1.5 meters down on the right hand side is the bathroom, right? So when I look after my sister's dog, right, so I'll go to shower or whatever, and he comes and sits in here in front of the figures, right, watching the door of the bathroom that I've just gone into. He just sits there.
He's guarding them.
And then I come out and he just comes back and follows me. Like, I see all these, and I should touch wood to be fair in case something ever happens, but I see so many like posts on Facebook sometimes about, oh, my dog ate this figure or that figure, or it caused havoc this way and that way. Never ever have I had this.
My luck would be this dog would love the taste of Marvel Legends. Trust me, they would not. If she gets one, it's not coming in this room. It doesn't matter how cute it is.
I think it would be a very, 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 very good idea for you to get one. 100%.
There's reasons, but I've never had pets. Never. By the way, people, for anyone asking why this is even a big deal, I've never had pets before. Like, never have. Hey, there's Hellfire Hank, and it's Rich M donated £5. Thank you very much.
Rich M donated £5. Get Amanda a Tigra instead.
Get Amanda a Tigra instead. Yeah, not a problem. Amanda, I'll get you a Tigra. Okay. She didn't say anything. She can hear me though. Thank you very much, Rich. Rich, okay, let's end the poll then. There's Super Producer Rich, Speak of the Devil. Let me end this poll with 62 votes, okay? 19% said get one, 16% said at least two, 11% said get a whole case, but with a whopping 53% of the vote, that's over half of the vote, only just, but over half of the vote, says build a Tigre army. So, Rich, please let the people know how many you're going to buy.
If Rich builds a Tiger army, I will build a frog army.
And then they can fight.
Yes.
Phil says call the dog Galactus, and then Amanda's telling him that the dog's called Teddy. Yeah, it's not. We'd be adopting the dog, so we wouldn't name it, unfortunately.
Rich said there's a global shipping crisis, Brandon. I don't care, Rich, okay? The stuff needs to come out on time.
The dogs are going to eat all your figures on the bottom shelf. Tom, you're not wrong. By the way, to Rich's point, and Brandon is only joking, but there genuinely is a global problem. I read an article recently, and like a proper legit article as well, not about toys, but about Hasbro, how because they're trying to get prepared and make sure they've got enough stock for the holiday season, they're literally spending so much money, extra money, on extra flight containers and shipping space and stuff, so they can get stuff over. So I reckon for the next couple of months, we're going to start to see like a lot of the dates move around. Like some stuff will make it here before Christmas. That was probably, I reckon anything slated for December may come earlier, but then there's going to be a mix up anyway. We're starting to see it now already. Like some of the Power Ranger stuff is well delayed, but then the Power Ranger pink helmet wasn't meant to come out until October. It's like, you can buy it now. Do you know, like even the stores selling this stuff are confused of the shipping dates, and they're fed up with people asking when's this, when's that. The Hasbro team addressed it themselves. They're like, just please be patient. Look, we're grown men buying toys, grown boys and girls, of course, buying toys, but I doubt they get priority when it comes to taking up space on a ship.
This guy was supposed to be in the UK next month, right, in August. He's currently showing up on shelves in Targets in the US. He will not now come here until December, they're saying.
Yeah, crazy.
Things are mad. Absolutely mad.
Marvel Legends UK, that's Neil from Instagram. He's got the original Marvel Legends UK handle. He says, am I late? Or am I early? No, you're late, my friend, but it's fine. You can catch us on the replay. He says, forget a Tigra army. Armed with earning a wage again, I'm building a Hydra Stomper, a thingy army. Yeah, Hydra Stomper thingy is correct, my friend. Yeah, so Laser Pants said that earlier as well, that you could build a Hydra Stomper army, and they could be the hammer drones from Iron Man 2 for a display. Jamie says that means Dan needs to army build Hank. Well, I already started, Jamie. I've got a couple of Hanks, but there's only one worthy Hank, all right? That's how you notice the difference. Dan has enough stock in this house, says Amanda. Look here, I've got this small, tiny room, the garage that she doesn't want, and a small little attic, right? She's got the whole lovely house. So let's not start that argument, Amanda. Lizzie says, I need a Gamora Thanos. Yeah, maybe. As I said, we're missing more. Toy of the year for Christmas is a post-it note with an IOU. Sad times. Amanda says, think he could open his own toy warehouse. Look, she's on about my Cave of Wonders, right? She doesn't understand the Cave of Wonders has a purpose. All right, one day I'll show you. My Green Power Ranger is finally on the race, says Dan Hayden. Yeah, there you go. There's an example of shipping. That was being released in March in the US. It's now nearly August, and they are still haven't all shipped over here in the UK. And that's just one example. Did Rich let the people know how many he's buying? I'm curious if he made that public knowledge. But we appreciate you, Rich, and I'm glad you're happy with T Grey. Let me bounce back. There are still more reveals, people, by the way. Still more reveals today. Yesterday, but we can talk about today. Let me just bounce backwards. And also a little tease that sort of confirms something we knew about as well. So let me go back. So again, I apologise to our US friends because this might annoy you a little bit. But as I said, because we don't have an EB Games, and we definitely don't have any Walgreens, this is gone straight to pre-order on Hasbro Pulse UK and also on all the other places as well. It is, of course, the very last, and they said this officially, this is the very last cosmic-themed Walgreens exclusive, and it will be the last one this year, is Binary. Now, I believe Binary is one of the Starjammers, so if Rectangular doesn't say hit to this, I'll be very confused. I know it'll annoy him, though, because it's not easy to get. But again, American friends, if you want some help, give me a shout. I can help you out, but you will be paying double retail with shipping included, unfortunately. But I have helped a few out with Nova, and I'm willing to help people out with this. It's not due until November, but Binary is another Walgreens exclusive. Now, Brandon, I'm assuming this isn't something that would fit in your display.
Yeah, I'm skipping, personally. Just because I'm not too familiar with the character. Same with Quasar. You know, they look cool. They're obviously very popular. Yeah, I know.
I am having a party. I am having a party where the entry fee into this party is a Quasar figure. So Rich is going, Phil's going. you going?
Me and Rectangular will be sat on the street outside eating ice cream.
Dear.
But yeah, I mean, I can see myself picking up Quasar at some point for the sake of it. Same with Binary. But just personally, it's not, it's not a...
I like adding a bit of female flavour to the cosmic universe, and I like characters that make me go do a bit of digging. Like, I'm not super familiar on Binary, but it's a funky character design, and and I think she's a character that the cosmic people have wanted for a while. Matt with the super chat.
$5. Sorry it took me a few minutes, but Dwight confirmed 2 more classic characters in the stream 4906. Can't post link.
Well, we appreciate that, Matt. Thank you very much. He says, sorry it took a few minutes, but Dwight confirmed 2 more classic characters in the stream. Brandon, go and check that out. 49 minutes and 6 seconds. All right, Brandon's going to go and confirm. But we believed you, Matt, by the way. It was something that I never...
find it,
I never watched live, so I sort of... after work, I sort of skipped through the reveals. Because as you can imagine, Instagram is full of this stuff. Like... If you, he says 5906, sorry, 5906, sorry, 5906, not 49, 5906. Shinky Monkey says, when we moved here, I gave Jay a room. They somehow made their way to the living room and the garage. Yeah, you're much nicer. So basically, when me and Amanda bought this house, I said I want a room for my display. Not just for my display. I have a computer and a nice little setup, and I wanted my own little space. Like, I like my own space type thing. I've lived on my own for 10 years. I need a bit of my own zone type thing. So, yeah, I wanted a room to display. Finally, here we are. But this room is small. Like, I can touch either side of the rule, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. So, a lot of my boxes and figures that I don't have room to display are upstairs in the loft. The garage is mouldy. So can't use that. Oh, go on.
Sorry, because I muted you guys as I was playing it. He said they were basically talking about like budget and character selections, I think.
Yeah.
So Dwight says that they put aside a lot of budget to put classic figures out as well. Hercules and Tigra are on the retro card. He says they've got a few more of those coming. That we'll be seeing in the near future on FanFest events. And he said, but guaranteed we'll be getting 2 characters at least that we've not seen before.
Oh, nice. Cool. So thank you, Matt. We appreciate that for confirming that for us, because that's a nice little tidbit that we missed. And it's always nice to know we're getting new characters. And again, Marvel have been doing not fan first, but Marvel Mondays all year. Like, it may not be on the exact first Monday of the month.
Could be Monday.
But that's what I'm saying. Marvel Monday is coming up, so we shall see. And it's not always the first Monday of the month, but usually they just use a Monday as an excuse to drop something. So we shall see. But yeah, as I was saying to Cheeky Monkey Brandon, I was saying that she's generous. She's gave Jay some of his figures. Toy Collections UK figures went into their living room. No way could that happen for me. No way. Like, if my figures leave this room, like, they'd be gone. They'd be hoovered up. They'd be put in a bin. She does not want anything. If you walked around this house and didn't come in this room, you would not know I collect toys. It's not until you walk in this room you go, oh, this guy has a problem. But it's not a problem, is it really? It's just a fun little hobby, all right? At least I don't smoke crack and cool hookers. Do you know what I mean? That's what I tell her anyway.
Just on that note, I also prefer
hookers?
having a... No.
Just on that note.
On just on that note of I lost my train of thought. Hold on.
Thinking about hookers now.
Figures in other parts of the house. I prefer them in one room personally.
Yeah. No, I do. I don't want them in a different room either. I like my own little space. Yeah.
No, but just as an interesting side point about just like collecting. I like having a designated space because I don't like explaining it to people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can imagine that, like, if aunts or uncles or family or friends or whoever came over.
I went and visited some guy's house, some work friend's house the other day, and he was like, "Oh, can I show you my hobby? It's in the garage." I'm thinking he's about to show me some train track or something. I don't know. I was like, what else do you put in a garage? Walked in, guns everywhere, like weapons, mate. I know where I'm going for the zombie apocalypse. Honestly, this guy is gritted out. And he's like, And after he showed me that, I didn't feel like telling him about my toy collection. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, no. But yeah, each to their own. But but I'm like you. I like a designated space. Like, I don't need them in my living room. But I would, if I could have a little space, I'd make a nice, elegant display. I don't know, but she'd no way have it. Just to justify, the living room contains Mezco 112 only. As I said, they're the posh ones. Do you know what? Jay's not wrong there. They are the expensive posh ones that are worthy of showing off. So yeah, we'll let him off. Ironhead says, is the loft area bigger, and would you be able to move your man cave there if it is? So I'd have to maybe I'll share a picture on with you guys, because my loft is converted. There are stairs up to my loft, so it is a big room, but the room's like the ceiling's bent like that. So like at the minute I'm using it. I've built 2 NECA street diodes, one the cartoon, one the normal one, and put them up against the wall. So I've got 2 street diodes. That's my main display upstairs. So I've only just started to display figures upstairs. So hopefully I'll take some pictures, because as I said, I'm running out of room in here, and I've got so much stuff, which isn't a problem. She thinks it's a problem. I've kept telling her, is this a collection, right? It's a collection. I'm amassing a collection. That's what happens.
The way I've won over the Mrs. family.
Home dude says dump her. She pays half the mortgage. I can't, trust me.
The way I've won them over is through one figure per character. Right, so it used to be that when anyone would come in here, they'd be like, "Why do you have 10 Captain Americas on the shelf?" Whereas now they look and they see that there is one Captain America, there's one Black Panther, and so on and so on. And it saves me so much earache and money in the long run, because. But then they see the Spider-Verse shop and they're like
confused.
Yeah.
Amanda's still in the chat, by the way. She's downstairs just watching me stream. She says, is it normal to collect empty cardboard boxes? Can you guys please, right, there's over 110 people in here. Can we please explain to my missus, who still won't come on alive even though I ask her? Maybe I will drag her on next week for the 1-year anniversary. But can we please explain to her that it is normal for us toy collectors to maybe amass some empty boxes, because we get FOMO and we don't want to throw them away. Figures go up and down in value all the time, and you don't want to throw away that box in case another figure comes out and you need to sell that one and you need this one. She's not doing anything with my garage. We don't need a car in there. At the minute, all we have is stray cats going in there and shitting. It doesn't matter that there's some empty boxes. Surely, right? Ah, dear. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about this. It's just empty boxes, people. It's fine. It's not a problem.
Rectangular said, put me in, Dan.
Yeah, my bad. I'll have a look. I'll send you. If Rectangular, if you're about, I'll put you in and you can you can jump in for a chat.
I thought he meant like put me in, Dan, as in like tag team out and he'll argue with the man over it. That's what I thought he meant.
You can let the dog loose to destroy all those boxes, says Rich. Look, she hasn't got a dog yet, Rich. Don't encourage her. Mini Plastic Multiverse says, I have Star Wars in the living room, Marvel Legends in the 3 cabinets in the hall, G.I. Joes, Transformers, Turtles, and Mezco in the office, Master of the Universe on the landing. Yeah, Tom's missus is far too generous. But Tom's displays, I don't know if you've seen his pictures, he's got some very nice, like, acrylic type of cabinets that display his Star Wars figures that look very smart, to be fair. So Tom's displays look good. Liquid Momentum says, if you got the space, and of course, yeah, exactly, I've got the space. Phil Jones says recycle. A loft full of empty cardboard boxes in Mini Plastic Multiverse. Lizzie says it's true. See? It's true. It's normal. It's normal, she says. Amanda, I agree. Boxes everywhere, says Cheeky Monkey. Come on now. I can't be having these girls gang up on me. Hang on, let me get Rectangular in. Let me send him the link and he can come and talk to us about his woes of the Walgreens exclusive. And
there was two other reviews from yesterday that we've probably got to get to as well.
Yes, of course, yeah. Let me just grab him in for the last 10 minutes. Why not?
God, they really treated us yesterday, when you think about it.
Yeah, because the Galactus took up that whole stream.
They really treated us yesterday. Have you backed Galactus yet?
Yes. No, I haven't yet. But I'm going to. Obviously, I'm going to. I just haven't yet. £3.50 is a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? Oh, something in my eye.
I wasn't going to say it.
Something in my eye.
I was not going to say
Okay, just send the Rectangular the link, so if he jumps in, he's in. Rectangular, Facebook the link, so it's there, my friend. You're welcome to come in and talk with us through these last couple of reveals as we wrap up now, because as Brandon said, there's a lot, and they also teased as well. So we don't have any. It hasn't went up for pre-order yet, but here it is on Toy Arc. So this was out of the blue. Like, no one expected this. Nobody asked for this either. But from a business perspective, they tooled up all these brand new pieces, and they only used them once in a Build-A-Figure. So it has been 3+ years for them to put in a deluxe set, and I'm sure there's new collectors on board that I've missed this and want to backtrack. So I'm not mad at this for like the business side of it, as in, like, I understand new people want to get it, it's more accurate to the thing, but it still makes me think, damn, I'd rather have something different. But I understand it, it's just my own selfish needs. But it's essentially the Build-A-Figure Vulture wings with that have been redone.
I couldn't quite tell, but I think that I think that they retooled the body in some ways as well. I think that they retooled the body, maybe the jacket, maybe the jacket collar. I think they did as well.
I think they said the helmet and the arm pieces. I'll skip around.
Yeah, something like that. I think. Look, I think personally, I never built the Vulture wings, just because at the time, I can't even remember why I didn't. I think I just didn't get around to it.
Well, hold that thought for a sec. Let me just make sure Rectangular is in and alive. Rectangular, you there, my friend?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Are you good?
Probably hear me typing.
It's all good. You're working. It's fine. As I said, it's stupid time zones. But you're good, my friend. So we're on Vulture at the minute, which I'm assuming you've got no interest in at all. But we did just skip past Binary. So let me just jump back and just get your quick thoughts on Binary. It's a Starjammer. You must be happy about that, right? But sad to hear it's the last cosmic figure we're getting from the Walgreens. Or maybe you're happy about that because you've been struggling to get them.
Yeah, it's been bittersweet. I love getting cosmic characters, and there's not usually an easy way to fit those into waves. There's no Guardians movie, or there's no Captain Marvel movie. I don't know what else that they would try. How other way besides Walgreens exclusive or fan channel that they would be able to put these out. So yeah, it's nice to be getting them, but it's also painful that I can't get them.
Yeah. Who have you got so far? Have you got Nova and Quasar?
I have Nova. I got him from Hong Kong, and I have 2 more Novas and 2 Quasars coming from Hong Kong. And then I have 2 more Novas coming from Zavi. And this morning I ordered Binary from Zavi.
Okay.
So I'm going to get them, but I'm having to pay almost double.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
After shipping to get them, which I shouldn't have to do. And I tried to explain, it sucks for fans in the UK, at least up until recently, that they've had a hard time getting figures from the United States, or because they don't have the same stores that we have. Now things are flipped over, and Canada and the UK can easily get these things, and we can't get them.
Yeah, Canada seem to be beating us to it at the minute. Like, Toying Around's just jumped into the chat, so shout out Kevin. But I've seen his friend Troy Collectibles, like he's been getting quite a few things first recently as well. And though Canada seems to be the place to go at the minute.
Yeah, let me just respond to this person real quick. Go ahead, Brandon.
Dan, are these officially out in the UK yet? Just yes or no, sir?
No.
Are these delayed in the UK, Dan?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Just hold that thought.
How have you got them then, Brandon?
Yeah, because Dan, these guys. What was the time difference between when they first appeared at Target and when we got them in hand?
about 4 months.
Let me just stop you right there, Brandon.
It was about 2 or 3 months, right? I'll keep going. Hold on.
So
This guy, right? This
I'm
guy
trying
was supposed to release in August. It is now on shelves in Target in July, right? We won't see him until December.
It does flip flop though. It does flip flop. It's not consistent.
One more. This is supposed to come out next month. We probably won't see it till October, maybe September, give or take. It's up in the air at the moment.
And of all those figures, you know how many I've seen in stores? 0.
Yeah, okay.
0.
But out of all those figures, if you really wanted to, with your following and with people in the community, you could have got on like weeks ago.
No, I could have pre-ordered them. I could have pre-ordered all those online.
Yeah, and got.
But
them
I
shipped
can't
to your door.
I
Exactly.
cannot pre-order any of the Walgreens exclusives unless I do it from overseas sellers.
Yeah, but then when the
No,
exclusives do drop,
let me
right,
stop you. Let
they
me stop
drop in
you.
droves, and then when they drop in droves, 2 months later, you get them for like
Not always.
$11.99 with the Walgreens card. Almost always. Silver Surfer thing. I was there myself, saw it with Mr. Fantastic.
And part of the reason why is because
Mystique,
people,
Danny Moonstar, all of them.
and part of the reason why is because people are having to buy them from overseas or Canada or the UK, so when they actually do show up on shelves, we already have them because we had to pay extra to get them. So there's a less of a panic to try to get them. And also, people have this misconception that Walgreens has like a ton of space for exclusives on their, Marvel Legends on their shelves, and that they're getting full cases of these figures. Each Walgreens gets 1, maybe 2. Maybe maybe 2.
Are you talking 1 or 2 cases, or you're talking
no,
1 or 2
figures. Yes, it is.
That's not true.
It could be for some. Could be for some though.
Yeah, maybe
for majority of Walgreens, they get 1. I
sure.
Believe me.
Not on the East Coast.
When I bothered, on the West Coast, it's a different story.
Okay.
Well, there's plenty of people online.
But then the West Coast,
go into any of the Marvel Legends groups.
They got MODOK first. They got.
Go into any of the Marvel Legends groups on that are in the United States on Facebook, and just look up any time that there's a thread about Walgreens exclusive, and all you hear is complaints and aggravation and anger. Now, I'm sorry that you're a collector in the UK, but guess what? These are American products made by an American company, and America is the biggest market in the world, and we cannot get these figures. That doesn't make any sense.
It is frustrating
It doesn't make any sense.
It is frustrating that places like Walgreens don't make them accessible. Like they don't even put them up online on their own website.
Yeah, but they're a pharmaceutical company.
No, exactly. This is my point. That's why it's frustrating that the exclusives go to a place like that if they're not going to take them as serious.
But then they wouldn't get the figures if they didn't. The only way for them to put the exclusive, the only way to get those figures in the line, is exclusives. The Black Series team are the best for explaining this. But they've said that the figures that you get in the main line is the figures that they can get out, right, to the general public. The exclusives are then add-ons. The way that they're able to get those figures into the line is by going through the exclusive route.
Yeah, no, as I said, you're both not wrong. Do you know what I mean? Nobody is wrong in this argument. There is different experiences depending on where you are, how lucky you are, what shop you go to, where you're both making complete valid points. You showed some examples, but then Todd could show over examples of stuff that we can get and he can't. Do you know what I mean? There's none of yous are wrong. It's just both of yous are just demonstrating the sort of collecting issue that we have at the minute. It shouldn't be this hard to get figures, and that they don't as the big companies as well. They don't sort of give you the heads up on what's going to be hard to find. Obviously Dan addressed it yesterday in the live stream that they've addressed it with Walgreens, but it's clearly a Walgreens issue. It's a Walgreens distribution issue. Hasbro, they make their deal. They probably send them direct to Walgreens before they even get to the country. I don't know. It's an awkward one, but it's, as I said, it's a first world problem, lads. Do you know what I mean? It's just a frustrating one at that. my question to Todd was, because I know you've been enjoying, regardless of the not being able to get them, that is frustrating. Are you actually happy now to see them move away from Cosmics? I know Cosmics your ballpark, so you may get another opportunity to get, like Starjammers, for example. They've gave us a binary there. Would you rather see them in a box set than randomly released through Walgreens? Oh, he's gone quiet. Dan is the Swiss, says Matt W. Yeah, I always try to play devil's advocate. That's all it is, because they're both making good points. But none of them are wrong either. Do you know what I mean? Like, Brandon's showing examples that are legit happened. Do you know what I mean? But Todd's not wrong either with the distribution issues. It's
just quickly. Crazy Toon said, Brandon, you're just impatient. Some people actually can't get these exclusives. Cry me a river, bro.
I do think, like, you can.
Like, I'm not impatient. Like, I'm not. I'm joking, right? Like, I think that it's better when there is not a global pandemic with global shipping crises, which means that stuff doesn't come out on time with entertainment. Like, for example, Shang-Chi was originally meant to drop in July in terms of the film. So therefore, we saw the product, I think, March, April time?
Yeah.
Which is how things usually run. But then certain things happen, which means things get messed around and so on and so forth. So I was kidding about that earlier. What I'm saying is that most of the time, because we are not the primary market and because we are international, things, for the most part, are often delayed here.
The majority of things are delayed. I genuinely think it is fact. The majority of stuff are delayed here. Like, but that's just been our collecting experience for years.
We just get lucky every
now and then. And that is, like Todd said, because we don't have that third party with the store. So there are occasions we get lucky, but I do think it's fewer than the majority. Like when it comes to regular Marvel Legends waves, it's like you don't see me with them first. It's the MCU collectors. It's the Eve Riveras. It's not Dan Hu. You know, like normal waves, we get months delayed. I've only just got some of the bad guys wave, and Ursa Major we won't see until August. Do you know what I mean? So, but the odd exclusive, I might get like Quasar. I don't have a Walgreens. Here he is. So there's a few examples of it benefiting us.
But it's not a blanket thing. I don't have the Ursa Major wave yet.
Yeah, I know.
But if you wanted to, you could though.
No, I couldn't. I'm telling you,
okay.
I have it pre-ordered. I have it pre-ordered from Target, and I have it pre-ordered from.
Well, that's the first mistake there. Why would you pre-order from Target?
No, but
Target notoriously are not going to run things smoothly.
Todd's point, though, is that it shouldn't be difficult. If they're going to sell them, it shouldn't be.
I get it. It shouldn't be difficult. But for example, Dan, the way we play it, we know the game here, right? We know how to do what we want to do here. I think there are a lot of ways over there that you can do stuff that avoids this kind of issue. I agree.
I just think Todd is being the voice. Todd is just being the voice of the general consumer. Like, just think. Todd knows how to play the game just like we do. We're all collectors here, but he's talking about the general public. You know, like he should be able to just go to a Walgreens or Target and find these things, but they're not there.
So let's say Cadbury.
Yep, chocolate. Yep.
Like Cadbury chocolate. They at least they used to be in the UK. I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah, that's still here, yeah.
Right? Okay. So let's say Cadbury has an exclusive candy bar that they sell at Asda or some Tesco, whatever your local shops are there in the UK.
Yep.
But you can't get it, but we can get it over here in the United States. Why would that be logical? Why would it be logical that I can walk into any Tesco, or I can walk into any Walgreens and I can buy that candy bar that is supposed to be exclusive to the UK, and I can get it easily without any problems. But if you want it, you got to pay double from some seller in America.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's 100% frustrating.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. If something is supposed to be exclusive to your country and you can't get it, and I can order it online, no problem. I'm guaranteed to get it when it comes out, where you can't even order it online.
Yeah.
You can't even go onto a website in your country and order it. You have to pay double to get it shipped from overseas. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Mini Plastic Multiverse, Tom says, you can have the exclusive candy bars.
Depends. But no, as I said, none of these are wrong. As I said, it's different experiences of collecting. And that's what makes it an interesting conversation, is that we are both living in the different places we do. Our collecting habits have to be different. And some things we'll get early, some things we won't, some things we're fine, some things we won't. Like Todd could get things he wanted to early, but he has to pay. Todd's point is he shouldn't have to pay extra to get the things that are exclusive to the stores. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it would be different. It'd be different if Walgreens had a pre-order. If they would say, "Hey, we understand that the UK has all these shops that they have to order through to get the Marvel Legends." That's fine. I'm not complaining that you guys are getting the stuff that we're supposed to get. It's the fact that it's so much easier for you when it should be just as easy over here.
I agree.
We should be able to go onto Walgreens website, put in a pre-order, and say, "There, I'm done."
I agree. It should be
just like you guys can. It doesn't. That's what my biggest complaint is. I don't mind waiting. Like I'm waiting for these pre-orders for the Ursa Major Wave. I have a full case coming from a buddy of mine who has a reseller account, and then I get my extras pre-ordered from Target, which are supposed to ship this weekend, because the street date over here isn't until August 1st. So, people have been lucky. Dorkside Toys, a lot of other websites.
Yeah. They've
been able to ship before that because they're not locked into a street date. But I didn't order from Dorkside this time, so I have to sit here and wait. That's what I get for wanting to save a few bucks. But that's not my complaint. Because I have it pre-ordered. I'm not stressed about it. I know they're going to show up. But with Walgreens, it's like, is it ever going to come out? And when it does, if there's no pre-order, it's almost impossible to get them in the store. I was waking up as soon as the store would open, and I'm driving all over the within a 50-mile radius, trying to hunt down Iron Man, the what's it called, Silver Centurion. Yeah, the Silver Centurion, and each store was getting one. And
which state are you in again, sorry?
Washington State.
Oh yes, you're like top left, aren't you?
Correct. So
yeah, I see your point. Because when I was in Florida, so I'm talking Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. When I was in Wilmington and Philadelphia, and when I was in New York, it was like Candy Town. Like I'm talking the Thing. I'm talking all the way going back as far as like 2014, 2015 days with the Black Ant, Punisher, Namor, Medusa. Like I don't remember a single.
But those days are over
in those states. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, in the past year, it's been almost impossible. I mean,
yeah.
I haven't seen a Marvel Legend on the shelves at Walgreens for about a year.
Nope.
And my hope is that is COVID shipping, all that related is my hope. But at the same time, it is annoying that other states like that would get, as I say, like I have pictures on my phones from when I've walked into those stores and seeing like 6 or 7 on the shelf.
See, but
yeah.
Walgreens still gets toys. They have Diamond Select figures. They have wrestling figures. They even have Star Wars figures. I saw Grief Karga on the shelf at Walgreens, and he only came out like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I see what
they
you're saying.
are getting toys. They're just not getting Marvel Legends.
I just want to make a point to, firstly for Chicken, he says, I used to be able to find all the Walgreens exclusives at my local store very easily, but over the past few years, looks like my Walgreens hasn't restocked since 2018. And someone also agrees, and Home Do says the same, he agrees. So again, it's different for everybody, and as I said, Walgreens have literally thousands of stores, so I'm sure some stores are getting one of each, others are getting loads of them. You always find that picture online where one store looks like it's got everybody else's stock because it's stocked to the brim, and other stores are barren.
Exactly.
It's a distribution issue, and again, this is a way above our this is a Hasbro distribution issue more than just Legends, I'm sure. But I do want to.
Most people I talk to are not confident that Walgreens is going to carry Marvel Legends at all anymore. Much less the exclusives.
Yeah, and maybe that's the problem, that Walgreens maybe don't care anymore, and I don't know.
Yeah, so they need to figure out what's going on with that relationship and fix it.
But
and generally, Todd, you make a much larger point that because I every time the exclusives go up Black Series on Target and Walmart, all those Facebook groups, they just show how much of a mess it is. Like, it is so bad. So bad. Like, people make orders for like the exclusive Black Series, and then it either gets cancelled, or the order didn't go through, or it's just a mess. So I feel your pain for sure.
Yeah, and it's like, so if Hasbro UK or Hasbro Pulse UK can put up binary, why can't Hasbro US? You know.
Yeah, that would annoy me. If it was the other way around, it would annoy me. So I completely get it. I do want to switch the conversation back to a positive. But both of your points, though, you're 100% right, and that's worthy of conversation within itself. But I'm conscious of time, and I've still got a few things to talk through.
I don't want to just completely rain on your guys' show, but I do have to get back to work. And
so you just come in, stir the pot, and bugger off. All right, we appreciate you, Todd. Exactly. Go and buy yourself some exclusive candy bars.
Thanks for having me on, and thank goodness for Zavi, because otherwise I'd be a nervous wreck for the next 6 months.
Well, Todd, as I said, I know it's always awkward and it's frustrating with shipping, but if I can help, I will. So
yeah, and that's what's so frustrating is like there's really nice people like you and Troy in Canada who offer to help, but with the cost of Legends, with the exchange rate, it costs so much more to pay for the figure and the shipping on top of it.
Yeah, it's principle, isn't it? It's principle. Like you shouldn't.
It's cheaper for me to pay somebody in Hong Kong or go to Zavi and get them from there. So
yeah.
Appreciate it, guys.
Well, as I said, we appreciate you stopping by, and what you're talking about is worthy of a stream in itself. It's definitely worthy of conversation, but we appreciate you, Todd. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Todd.
Bye-bye. All right, beautiful. Yeah, that swayed the conversation. But as I said, both of you are making complete valid points. Do you know what I mean? Like, the collecting experience is crazy, and it's different for everybody. Like, there's no right and wrong answers. Like, the examples you give were not wrong at all. Do you know what I mean? They're facts. But as I said, Todd's obviously frustrated.
Only because literally everything to my right on this table is that, is delayed, this, that, or the other. Literally everything there is like that. So that's
as I said, we're collectors, so we know how to play the game. We know where to get them and how to find them. Yes. And Todd's not an idiot; he can do as well. But his point is, he shouldn't have to. And that's it. I think that's the bottom line, is that he shouldn't. If it's a Walgreens exclusive, he should be able to walk in Walgreens and find it, but he can't. And that is the problem in its most simplest form. And he's not wrong. But again, it's a distribution issue. It's a Hasbro issue, and it's a frustrating one, as I said. But it's a first world problem, lads, as we know. As I said, we'll sort of wrap up now. As I said, I'm aware of time. Yes. And I said, I appreciate everyone sticking with us. But again, what we talked about is still so relevant. So Vulture, real quick. You said you didn't get the Vulture, and I didn't get to ask you, are you going to get this one? So you said you didn't get the Build-A-Figure. Does this one tempt you?
Yes. Yeah. Well, it depends. Assuming that it comes in at the regular deluxe price point, £32.
Not the £58.99.
Yeah, if it's $58.99, I will just say, I didn't need it in the first place. I don't need it now. I think mainly from a space perspective, I don't really have anywhere on the shelf to put it. the whole wing set, if you like. I think the biggest thing for me with this is that if we did this like this, why, why did the Captain, it makes my life harder defending the Sam Wilson Captain America Build-A-Figure wings.
Oh, because, well, maybe in 3 years' time we get a re-release as a deluxe.
But that's it. I've spent like the last 3 months whenever anyone's like, oh, they did it with Vulture, but Vulture's wings were much better. Why couldn't they have just made this a deluxe? And I was like, yeah, well, what characters could they have put as a BAF and all the rest of it? It makes sense. They would just go with the builder vehicle kind of thing. And then they do this.
Greg in the chat says all Build-A-Figures should be released as a deluxe a year after a wave release. Now, I like the idea has a nice concept. Yeah, I know. I agree. I also think it defeats the purpose, and yes, that would be ideal for the people who don't want the figures in the wave, but that's the marketing ploy about getting the figures. It entices you with the Build-A-Figure, so like that would make that whole enticing Build-A-Figure concept irrelevant. Just think they're trying to sell us toys, trying to sell more toys at the end of the day.
And the thing is, things like this, like for example the AOA Apocalypse or this, for example, it makes sense, right? Like you're getting an updated redeco. I think Kevin toying around in the chat earlier said that the legs are new as well. So it's like, so I think it's worthwhile doing, right? That 3 years ago, if you wanted to, you could build the wave and get it. 3 years later, you may have missed out the first time around. Here's a second chance of getting it in a different way. Like I think that generally works well. It just the only slightly annoying thing was defending Hasbro on one hand for 3 months, and then them doing this, meaning I don't really have ground to stand on defending them.
This was a curveball, though. I don't think this was rumoured or anyone asked for this or anything. So this was random. But I think they're just trying to jump on the Spider-Man hype with Spider-Man coming out later this year. Yeah. They did make a point to say this is in any way a spoiler. There's nothing to do with the new film. We do know that Michael Keaton's going to be in the Morbius film that's meant to come out later this year as well. And who knows if he'll be in Far From Home. Who knows? Or No Way Home, sorry. But yeah, an updated Vulture. If they had packed in an unmasked Michael Keaton head, then I would have went. Really, I would have went. Fair enough. But there's no Michael Keaton head, which is clearly a licensing issue with the likeness rights. But I don't know. I don't know. I've got the Build-A-Figure displayed right at the top. I don't know if you can see it, but it's literally right at the top. And I've got a custom by Pin Particles, a custom Michael Keaton head, which is beautiful. So in my head, I'm thinking I could get this and have the Michael Keaton head displayed on my normal shelves and then have the Vulture up high. I don't know. I always say I like the most accurate version of the character on my shelf, especially when it comes to the MCU. And this one is. So I hope it's not 60 quid, but I do want the most accurate version. So yeah, we shall see.
Just in case they are watching this right now or the replay, we could have had, there are probably reasons why we couldn't have or why we got what we got. But, I mean, Isaiah Bradley Build-A-Figure, we missed it. We could have had it.
We can still get an Isaiah Bradley as a single-packed figure.
We had a regular Falcon, a deluxe Sam Wilson Cat, and an Isaiah Bradley Build-A-Figure. I'll be saying it until we get it.
Well, Isaiah Bradley, as I said, now he's been in the MCU and he's a bit more like, I do think it will make a difference. I know people hate me saying that, but it's true. When things are in the MCU, it's more in people's zeitgeist, and Hasbro then have the confidence to put that name attached to another product. So again, toy business. Okay, 2 more things and then we get out of here, people. And then next week is the big stream. So Hand Ninja, the next official army builder on Hasbro Pulse. Now, we expected this to happen, the Hand Ninja just be repainted. I didn't expect to see it so soon. I thought we'd get the Super Scrolls, or shout out Super Scroll, by the way. But I thought we'd get the Super Scrolls or the Shield agents first. So, yeah, this was unexpected, but not expected. Unexpected, but expected all at the same time, if that makes sense. How many Hand Ninjas have you got in the red?
I think 5.
Okay, how many do you want in the black, if any?
Listen, if they'd shown us Shield agents, with interchangeable heads and hands, or the scrolls, and then they showed us to this later on down the line, I would have got a few maybe, but showing this to me yesterday, I was like, oh.
Yeah, teasing the shield agent and teasing Scrolls, and then going, here's a black ninja. You're like,
because
you sneaky.
we just got the red ninjas. Like but I know that there will be people that love their ninjas and they're going to be hungry for this right now. So this is just me speaking personally. Generally, I think this is great. I think we need more ninjas in more colors. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. I think the black gray kind of scheme, that sort of night ninja, if you like, is a good way to go. And I expected this would happen at some point, and I'm happy to see it. But just personally, there's a time where I would go and get 3 or 5 of these, like I did with the red. But yesterday was not that time. Personally, I would have squealed with joy if they showed us Scrolls.
Yeah, well, Bug did try, and shout out everybody who was on the live stream yesterday. It is always fun seeing familiar faces interact with the Marvel team. Again, it just shows how good the Marvel team, how embedded they are in the sort of fandom that we've created here online. The chat basically. So the US seems to have a bit of a problem finding these hand ninjas as they were. As I said, a lot of people were buying these up because they had the legs for Stiltman. But Inquisitive Mind says hit. Jamie says hit. From Prime to the First is hit. Tech and Collect says can't wait for every colour of the rainbow. Crazy Toon says hit. Eric Stream says hit. Phil Jones even says I like this black ninja. Mini Plastic Multiverse, however, says they need to resculpt the whole thing. Matt Dewey says 5. That's why I couldn't find any. 5 is nothing. I've seen people with like 25 of these guys on the shelf, and I've seen a Stiltman as tall as a house. It's menacing when Brandon goes, listen. Says Kevin from Toying Around. When Brandon says listen, he means he wants you to pay attention. He's spitting some facts. But yeah, red ninjas I think are pretty good. I've only got 3 of them, so I probably will get a couple of the black ones as well, because I've got a black Daredevil. So I've got is it a Shadowland Daredevil? I can't remember, but still.
I think these are definitely must-gets.
Yeah, I think I'll end up getting a couple. However, like Brandon said, I would have preferred to see the Scrolls or the Shield Agents, and it's a bit of a tease that they showed us them, or tease that they were coming, and then go, swerve, here's a black ninja. But we knew that we'd get a repaint of the ninjas, and again, people who wanted ninjas now have an easier chance to get them, because I think Hasbro Pulse give you the opportunity to buy like 10 of these at a time. So it's always nice to have options. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the undead look of them. I would have rather just normal skin tones or I don't know, but still, not complaining. Black ninjas, happy days. Right, one last thing, Brandon, and it wasn't technically a reveal, but if you have a look at this little picture here, there's the famous Dwight Stahl there, Marvel head designer, holding a little tiny box, and you can't really see anything that's on that box, but it is no secret that I've got a Fantastic Four wave coming out on that retro card. And he very clearly said 3 things in that thing. He said
doubt, and hate, right?
Fear, doubt, and hate. And if you know who Psycho Man is, then you will know that controller. I think Psycho Man's like some crazy guy in the microverse or whatnot, but he can control your brainwaves and make you feel fear, doubt, or hate by this controller. Now I've seen Craig Warwick do a crazy custom of this that has lights and buttons and everything.
Really?
If you haven't seen Craig, everyone knows Craig Warwick's a crazy good customizer anyway, one of the best in the game. Go and check out his channel. He has done a whole custom version of Psycho Man, which is definitely worth checking out. But it seems like now, after all these years, because he was in the original Toy Biz retro card as well, I think there may even be a picture of him here somewhere on that retro card. There he is. And just think, that rumoured Fantastic Four wave is meant to be on this retro card, just like we got Doom last year. So Psycho Man, is that someone that you'd be interested in? Because that box and Dwight saying those things sort of confirms it's happening.
Yeah, I think it's not a character that I'm terribly familiar with, but I think to build out that Fantastic Four rogue gallery, to get some of their bad guys, their villains on the shelf, I think I will get it. How about you?
Yeah, I'm all in for the Fantastic Four retro card. I'm just still deciding if I need to get 2 or 1. Damien says Clem Webb's custom Psycho Man is still the best. So, I need to check that out. I didn't know that. Rich M has just posted a link to Craig Warwick's Psycho Man in the chat. Definitely click that, people, if you're curious to see this guy. Craig Warwick made a box that actually has buttons and light up different colours depending on what button you press. Honestly, Craig's too good. But yeah, lots of people saying hit for this. Jamie hit, Omar V hit, Mini Plastic Multiverse hit, Inquisitive Minds hit. Greg says, Hasbro mentioned wanting to do more teams. I want a younger vendors. We haven't had them since the Toy Biz with the horrible sculpts. Abnogler says, hit, probably will end up getting him and the highly rumoured High Evolutionary in this wave. Yeah, that's the other rumour, but yet to be confirmed. But I do think Dwight showing off that little tiny box and him saying those 3 words is definitely confirmation of a Psycho Man. And I will always take a brand new Marvel Legend, because I don't think we've had Psycho Man in the sort of new Marvel Legends era. Maybe in the Toy Biz days, maybe not, but definitely not a character I have on my shelf. And with Galactus coming, and the new Fantastic Four, definitely going to be making some space on the shelf for some sort of a Fantastic Four setup. I personally don't like the Fantastic Four, says Lizzie Hartz. And I'm not a fan of the Marvel's First Family. That's fine. They're not for everybody. I think he is a main villain for Fantastic Four, but he may have appeared in other places as well. But Rich M's probably the best person to ask for that. Easy hit, says Nathan. Home Dude says hit. CJ of the hit. J Toy Collection UK hit. But Craig's is amazing. Jimmy Boy says, I hope we get a clear, full translucent Sue Storm. And yeah, we've talked about that as well. So that was it. And that was 2.5 hours, basically, of just recapping what was talked about yesterday, which you can't complain at that. From the Hasbro team, a solid... Yeah,
they really...
A solid amount of reveals for a Wednesday. A full wave of What If. So we got some MCU stuff. A little sprinkle of some comic stuff in there as well. Tigra was nice to see on the retro card. Again, another opportunity at the Army Builders, Psycho Man tease. But yeah, mainly a What If themed stream. But I'm sure with Galactus still to be funded and stretch goals still to be revealed, the Fantastic Four rumoured wave, which isn't really rumoured since we've already seen Johnny Storm. So we sort of know they're not going to just release Johnny Storm in that uniform and not the rest. Now we've seen Psycho Man. We know that's coming. So I reckon there's still going to be more Marvel Legends news in August, especially, as I said, because it's up until end of August, Galactus, right? Up until the end of August.
Yes, August 31st, I think. No.
Yeah, so still a whole month to hype up Fantastic Four and Galactus, and I think they will reveal the whole Fantastic Four wave before Galactus funds or Galactus ends, because that's going to be another selling point, is that within a space of a year you can get the Fantastic Four whole original team in their classic looks, a couple of villains, and of course Giant Galactus, the biggest ever Marvel legend. But Brandon, pleasure as always. Thank you to Rectangular as well for jumping in for the little cameo. And thank you to everyone who still joined us for today's chat. So this has been week 51, okay? So next week is week 52. And if you do your maths, there's 52 weeks in a year. That means next week's stream is a year-long celebration. So I haven't spoke to you about it, Brandon, but do you mind going a little bit extra next week? We always go a little bit extra, but like officially do like a 3-hour stream, maybe invite some channel members on as guests just to talk toys. We may even show some collections off. We've been teasing that for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Brandon's still waiting for it. Yeah, do you want to tell the people what you're waiting for, or are you just going to save it?
We'll save it, because
not a problem.
I think if it works out, it'll look good.
So next week is the stream, people. Next week is the stream. As I said, we'll go a little bit longer. We'll start at 8, but we'll try and go a little bit longer. Try and get some guests on. Maybe even do a duck race next week on for Thursday. I know, Brandon. I know it's a little bit crazy, but I want to have some fun. All right, I want to have some fun next week.
Yes, absolutely.
And I might even find some stuff for some giveaways. And next week I have me, Rich, and Brandon need to start making some plans. Rich is like, what? Do I? I'm like, yes, Rich, you're getting involved. And next week we'll have a bit of a party. I'm going to be buying some party hats, some party pappers. I'm ready to go. I'll be drinking a little bit more. We did want to sort of do this in person, but again, we've got plenty of time to do something like that. The world's still a bit weird and we're busy people.
Absolutely.
But yeah, a year, consistent. YouTube, the key is consistency, okay, people? Too many people start something and then stop it. due to numbers or whatever. But as you know, it's not a numbers game for us. We just like talking toys with anyone who's willing to listen. And lucky for us, there's a few of you out there that are willing to listen. So shout out to everyone who's always here on a Thursday. I know who you are. I see you every week. Shout out to all my channel members. Again, I know who you are as well. And thank you to everyone who's become a channel member today and super chatted today. Let me find my credits real quick. Let the credits scroll. There may only be a few, but still, I like to show some love to the people. So thank you to Laser Pants, to Nathan, to Cameron, to Rich M, to Matt W, all for the super chats today. And then the new subscribers, Lizzie Harts and Randy Ford as well. And then the channel members, Fabulous Disaster and Jerry. Thank you very much. One more time, let's roll again. Again, super chats. Thank you very much. Sir Laser Trousers, we call him around these ways. Nathan, Cameron Wright, Rich M, Matt W, subscribers, Lizzie Harts and Randy Ford, and then new channel members, Fabulous Disaster and Jerry. We appreciate you. Again, if you're not a channel member, people, I do encourage you before next week, hit that join button, right? Hit that join button. Next week, I'm going to sporadically bring on some channel members because we're having a celebration, all right? So if you want to be on the stream, and next week is a Legends and Liquor week anyway, all right? So if you're a channel member, you can come and join us for Legends and Liquor and me and Phil Jones's spin-off with Marvel and Milk or something like that. We're not too sure what we're going to do yet, but we may need to happen. But hit that join button. Come and join the community we're building over here. We're a year deep now, people. A year deep. We're nearly there. But Brandon, until then, where can the people find you online?
As always, guys, Hero.collections on Instagram. If you're a fan of Marvel Legends like we are, then the next few posts over the next few days are really cool. I'm really happy and proud of those. So come and check those out. Dan, as always, a pleasure, my friend. And I'm excited for the big 5-2 next week. Yeah,
so as always, people, you can follow me on Instagram, it's Dan Who, on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. I'll be reviewing the Bad Guys Ways for the rest of the weekend. I'll probably do a review of Quasar for anyone who's interested, of course. But yeah, the build's up for next week's live stream. And if any of my US friends do find that exclusive Cadbury's chocolate bar, please hit me up. I'm after a couple. I want to army build those suckers. The missus also loves chocolate as well, so why not? But no, I kid. As I said, shout out Rectangular. We appreciate you stopping in because what he's talking about is a serious topic, to be fair. So and it's worthy of conversation. And we're not scared of having those conversations here. And as I said, so it's all good. But yeah, you know where to find us. Awkward Wave as we get out of here. 2.5 hours talking toys, lots of toys to talk about. Again, we're living in the golden age, people. We're living in a golden age. There you go. You still need me to get some of them. I need to go shopping for you, don't I? I need to go and check Forbidden Planet. Look, it matches. I get what you're doing there.
Yeah, see?
My worthy Hank's off doing some worthy business. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere. But still, we appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Abnuggler, Home Dude, Rich M, Mini Plastic Multiverse, Phil Jones, of course, Tony Collector, Lizzie Harts, Baraka, Jamie, Anthony's Arcade, Dan Hayden, Tony Collector, Omar V, Inquisitive Minds, Don Draper, Jimmy Boy, Ironhead, Alex. We appreciate you lurking in the background there. Cheeky Monkey, toying around, Eric.